Woo! Yeah, baby, are you ready? Merry Christmas. It's Gaming After Dark Special 2023 Christmas Edition. And guess what? I'm not here pulling myself all by my lonesome. That sounded wrong, didn't it? But anyway, I pulled in the best of the best, the fucking chum of the bums, the awesome possum. I'm bringing them back, baby. It's Gaming After Dark time. You've been waiting for this shit for a long fucking time. We ain't holding nothing back tonight. We'll be demonetized in 30 seconds. Guarantee. Heck, I've already dropped at least one F-bomb. But any further ado, here's two motherfuckers to bring onto the panel. Let's start with Jaden Drago. He's ready to go.
Let's go! I'm ready to go! Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas! Sing a song of a happy reason. Great to see you, Noob. I'm ready to do this.
It's good to have you back, man. And it wouldn't be Gaming After Dark if we didn't have the one we know as the middle-aged game guy, his awesome possum, amazing-ass game room right behind him. Fresh off XNC, but here he is back with the boys.
Yes!
No restrictions.
We are here. We are live. We're ready to go. Let me tell you something. And you know what? Noob started off with a bang right away. He's like, I'm pulling myself. I'm like, dude, can you wait till after the fucking show? Can you wait till the show's done before we start with this nonsense? So, no jerking off live on the air. But listen, Gaming After Dark is here. We're ready to go. It's a Christmas special. I hope you all got everything ready because you know what? I got a giant Yule log in my pants ready to stuff your stocking. So let's get into the show tonight.
Well, with Twitch releasing all of those new restrictions and stuff, getting a little less lenient on the cleavage, who knows, maybe fucking YouTube should, maybe we could show some, some ball sack fucking shit going on down here. What's going on, guys?
He's got more hair on his chest than on his head.
Oh my God! Yeah, thanks. Yeah, hair on my chest. I've got like 4 hairs on my chest. My chest looked like Homer Simpson's fucking head. I have nothing there either. There's nothing anywhere. It's ridiculous. I'm like a fucking albino Italian. It doesn't even make any sense. Anyway,
we were having a crazy conversation right before we started the show. We knew this was going to be a real deal. This is going to be off the chain. But first, let's give a shout out to the amazing chat because we got the one, the only Doggy Dog 420. First guy to roll in here tonight. I knew I could hear that man bark. He drops a super chat. Take it away, Titan.
Gan is back. Woo! Cheers, Noof Mag, Titan, and chat. Let's do it.
Cheers to you, my brother. General Spartan's in the house. Too bad stack, my Canadian brother. What's going on? Good to see you. Serenity is here. We got General Spartan. We got Andrew Coulinane in the building. What's going on? Moggs E, the one and only, is in the house. Your Wicked Hot is here. Oh, yeah, it's going to be a good show. M. Gene is hanging out with us. It's been a while, M. Gene. We got Siki. We got Pang 911. We got Percolator 9000. Oh yeah. And we got stuff that's percolating, all right.
Fuckalator 9000. Listen, get back to work, all right? Because I know he's working tonight. He's like, I'm gonna have my earbuds in. I'm like, listen, get those earbuds in. Turn down the volume because we're gonna be screaming all night. So, anyways, we got to get in the show. Listen, I got to tell you, I'm looking through this chat right now, and when you do these other shows, like and you do like the when I do Colt show and stuff like that, I don't get to see all these names I haven't seen in so long, and it's nice to see you guys again. It's like a family reunion, seeing some of these names and you haven't seen in so long, and of course these two scumbags on the screen. So it's what a wonderful night, man. It's just an absolute honor to do this. Let's get into the show, but move. Get into what the hell we were talking about, man. What were we talking about behind the scenes?
First of all, I love how you phrase that. Wonderful nightmare. That's a great code line. We got look who's here, the Doctor. What's up?
Hey, Doctor. What's up, buddy?
Hey, another Canadian brother in the house. Invader Gaiman is here. What's going on,
Invader? What's up?
All right. Before we got on the show, we were talking about crazy Christmas gifts, and Titan was going on about some shit that his students were giving him and stuff. And then it evolved into, of course, the only kind of conversation Gaming After Dark can have, something weird and dirty. And I said, wouldn't it be really funny if there was actually a fucking penis soap dispenser? So stick on the wall or the glass, and your wife would have to tug on it to get the fucking soap to come out. It was pretty funny. And, of course, Mag, he jumps in. The first thing he says, I got to see if that actually exists. So he looks it up, and god damn it, there's actually a fucking penis soap dispenser. And I'm going to fucking share it with you right now. Oh, my God. This is fucking hilarious. Here we go.
Now, while you're sharing that, they can take this to the next level, okay?
Sexy. Make sure you get your wife one of these for Christmas. Maybe we'll get one of these and do a giveaway on the show. What do you think?
I think we should give it away on the show. What do you think, Titan?
That'd be awesome.
That'd be absolutely. But if you could take it to the next level, you could still develop your own because it should start out soft and there's maybe batteries in or something to make it go hard after you know,
Now,
a
do
few
you guys
strokes.
think that the crew over at Naughty Dog have been playing too much with their soap dispensers?
Holy Christ in heaven. Like what I don't even know how this happened. Like we were together for like 25 seconds and already the first thing that comes up is penis soap dispensers. And yeah, it's just, you know what though? Listen, it's on Etsy. So I'm going to fucking order one. I don't give a shit. I'm going to order one. And I mean, it's going to be impossible for my wife not to know now because she's going to be listening to the show later. But it is, honey, guess what? One day when you go to the bathroom, you get to see this floppy dong stuck to the fucking to the tiles of the shower.
She's going to be
use
taking
it properly,
extra long
please.
showers after next week.
Oh,
Man.
she's got she's got, man, you rearrange that slightly and you've got yourself not just one action toy, you've got like a few, you know, you got hell.
Well, yeah.
You can
if you
turn
want
the faucet up the other way.
Exactly. I could see someone doing something genius with that and like getting the whole kit and caboodle, the whole sex shop going on.
Jesus Christ. JF 1981, what's up, buddy? Yeah, listen, we got some stuff to talk about tonight. What are we going to talk about? What are we talking about tonight?
Anything and everything. But first off, let's just kind of, you know, our own personal year. How would you guys gauge this year for you on a typical gaming year? I mean, we've had a lot of games to play. If you're a multi-console owner, you play on the PC. There's been like 2024 has to go, or 2023. Sorry, jumping ahead of myself. But 2023 has to be ranked up there in many cases. Probably one of the best years in gaming we've seen in a while. Now that has to, I think, partly attribute to the fact that 2021, 2022 were dismal years where a lot of games got pushed. So a lot of the shit we ended up playing this year technically was stuff we probably would have been playing, you know, fucking 1 or 2 years ago. Starfield is the lead example, right? That game kind of got pushed. A few things got pushed back. So how would you guys, each of you, kind of gauge your year, maybe your best moment of the year gaming-wise and least favorite moment of the year gaming-wise? I'll start tight. You can take it away.
Well, I broad general sense, you know, I've loved the year. I've gamed a ton. I feel like I've spent much less money thanks to Game Pass and everything that's come to it. I know at least a few $60 titles that have saved me. And then next year, Call of Duty will be jumping in there. So I'll save you money even there because, I bought Call of Duty this year. I'm loving that, by the way. And that's got to be one of my, I guess, surprises of the year because I didn't know what to expect with this. We didn't even know if this was going to be a full-fledged game until, you know, shortly before it released. So I was really excited about that. I'm loving it. I love the freaking zombies on it. I'm loving the VR. I think they made a lot of really good decisions. It's smooth. It's sweet. It's crisp. Of course, it's catching some heat. Of course, it's a 4 of 10 by fucking IGN and clowns like that. Of course, it doesn't surprise me not in the fucking slightest. So, but haters keep hating. They're going to be hating on Call of Duty for a long time, and I'm going to be loving it for a long time.
Hey, man, whatever floats your boat, nobody can hold you against you, man. That's what gaming, that's the beauty of gaming. I mean, heck, I didn't think I'd like Fortnite, but fuck, I've been playing that for a while. So, you know, and they've kept adding shit to it. Still overpriced shit, but shit all the same. So there you go.
Did you play the, I just played just the other day, the survival mode they added to that, the Lego. I actually like that too.
That yet, no.
I like that one too.
Yeah.
My son's playing that with his friends and shit. They're going nuts with it. And it's just like, and you know what it's turned into? It's turned into a new Minecraft where they're just going in there. They're building stuff. They're like, they're in caves. They're like, hey, can you give me some of this? I need 4 blocks for this and that, whatever. They're building like forts and buildings and all kinds of stuff. And you know, the thing is, at the end of the day, what is it all about? It's all about engagement. They need the amount of minutes, hours contributing to the game. They don't give a shit if you're buying like 10 games, 20 games, 30 games a year. They give a shit about how many hours you're putting into it. They want you to keep engaged.
Why are they the only ones that like caught on to this? Like, you know, I feel like Microsoft did the kind of same thing, and these other fucking clowns out there just can't realize it. Like, all right, because people hate on Xbox. Oh, well, they don't sell many consoles. I saw that again today, that dumb shit. And why don't they sell these consoles? Well, they're making money kind of thing. And then, you know, you tend to do things that make you money. And they're like, well, where are they counting consoles? Why are they doing this? Why are they doing that? Well, they're doing really great. Fortnite has seen that. Like, it's not about selling $60 titles, $70 titles. Fortnite is free, people. Okay.
So the more hours you're engaged, the more money they make.
Yeah.
That's what it's all boils down to. And they want to keep you hooked on the game. That's why Call of Duty has such an addictive gameplay loop to it. It's that on purpose because they want you to stay engaged. It's almost like robotic. Have you caught yourself? Even New, I know Titan plays more often, but like New, you play Titan. You play Titan. Jesus Christ, you play Call of Duty, and do you find that like after half an hour, you're just kind of like a fucking zombie with your mouth open and your hands are just moving on their own, just like it's like a fucking drug.
I feel like my stress levels go up exponentially with Call of Duty.
Oh well, yeah, you do have a thing about multiplayer. I remember the first time I ever met Noof, and like he's like, "Oh, we're doing a community game night," and I'm like, "Okay." Well, I was trying to break into like the podcasting community and everything else. I'm like, "Fuck, I got to join this thing." So I joined in there. And it was Gears of War, and I suck at Gears of War online, but I'm like, fuck it, I'm doing it anyway. So I get on there, and I'm like, hey, guys. I was like so excited to meet Noof and everything else, and all I hear is, motherfucker, fucking got shit, but I'm fucking, and he's like banging shit. I'm going, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? It's like, because he got so worked up in the multiplayer. Anyways, the thing is,
that sounds about right.
Yeah, oh, dude, it was fucking amazing. But here's the thing, at the end of the night, you're just addicted. You're just stuck into it. Like you're in this loop and you can't get out of it. It's like you're like addicted to crack. You can't stop. And that's what they want you to do. Because when you do that, what do you end up doing? When you have a few free minutes in between a match or something, all of a sudden you wander into the store. All of a sudden you wander into the skin section so you can buy a new skin because you're fucking around. You're waiting for another match, right? So you're like, I got 3 minutes to the next match. And you get bored, right? So you start flipping around. Why do you think you can access all those other screens while you're waiting for a match? They designed it for like that because when you're quote unquote bored for 45 seconds to 3 minutes, you start fucking around. You start sliding around. You're looking to, you know what? That Lara Croft skin looks pretty good. I'm going to buy that for $10.
I bought Aloy. She's cuter in Fortnite.
There you go. There you go. Yeah. Did she have the square jaw like Mary Jane Watson? in this. She looks like a fucking UFC fighter mixed with
Peter.
Yeah.
I saw Call of Duty's rendition of Lara Croft, and she doesn't have the I guess we could say points that previous games have given her.
I'm surprised they didn't put a robe on her, so like baggy, unassuming clothing, because that's what they do these days. Jesus Christ! I mean, like next thing you know, the next Mortal Kombat, Melena's going to be wearing a fucking parka.
No.
You know what I mean? So it's like
it would have been cool if Lara Croft, when she got to the point where calling in a nuke, she'd pull up her shirt and the fucking missiles would just go off.
Or a fucking a finisher
coming in from our good friend Dreadpool. Let's get to that real quickly. Here he drops $2. Titan, you can take this one away.
This is for the mag. Have a felching New
Year. I will. You know what? It doesn't make me gag anymore. I mean, it's a gross thought and it's a horrifying thing to even fucking contemplate doing. But you know what? I got to tell you, it's growing on me, and not something that I do in my private life. I'm just telling you, it's growing on me that it doesn't bother me as much. So nice try, Dreadpool. But you know what? It doesn't matter. Oh my God, I can't wait for Joe Dunmore to show up here. I'm going to scream his name for like 3 minutes straight.
What do we got in the song, Dread? Is that like what? 9 Felchers felching?
On the first day of felching, my true love gave to me.
Oh, yeah, a big STD. Anyway, yeah. I gotta tell you. Stop it, Doctor. Okay, cut that out. Dreadpool, don't send any more of that stuff. Okay, because now, actually, you know what? Now I'm starting to think about it, and I'm gonna fucking throw up. So let's. I thought I'd
done it before, haven't you?
I thought I'd be up. No, Jesus Christ, come on, man. Fuck off. That is beyond reprehensible. That's beyond reprehensible.
Oh God! Here we go. Laugh at you.
Yeah, thank you, Princess Zelda. Yeah, make him sleep on the couch tonight, please.
What's going on, Abdel114? Dreadpool in the building. Princess Zelda is here with us. The Doctor Serenity hanging out here. We got Seeky, got Stinking Corpse in the house. We got some amazing people. Percolator, Peeve 1973, Doggy Dogs are with us. Yeah, we got Invader Gaming and many more. You guys are fantastic. JF 1981. Good to see so many awesome people. Hit that like, share, and subscribe. Let's get a record crew in here. And before we go any further, this is another reason you guys are awesome that you're in the chat, but I'm also glad that you came without any announcements, because here's what one of you lucky fuckers is going to win tonight. I am giving away something because I'm in a good mood and I feel like giving away something, and I think you guys are going to like it. So I'm just going to turn out the virtual background so you can actually see this fucking thing. All right, guys, this is what's up for grabs at the end of the show tonight. It's an Xbox. It's a headlamp. It's a headlamp that you can put your headset on. Pretty cool, right? Make a nice addition to your Xbox library.
I love that.
You know, everybody's loving it. So everybody that's in the chat right now, you've already been entered onto the wheel of names, and we're going to draw a winner at the end of the show. Pretty cool shit. So if you're not in the chat right now, you might want to get your ass in here, and you will need to be here at the end of the show. And also, you better be following me, or at least the Mag or Titan, so I can fucking message you guys, whoever wins, on Twitter, or what do you call it, X, as you call it now. So there you go. That's up for grabs tonight, end of the show. There you go.
There you go.
And I will be shipping it wherever the fuck it needs to go, whether it's UK, US, wherever. So yeah, it's not one of those code things that never fucking works for anybody. There you go. Cool shit, right? Ooh, nice.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Abdel 114. I want to say something. He said, "Good to see Mag still want to hang out with us after he'd been famous on Cold Show." Listen, man, I ain't gone anywhere. I didn't go anywhere. I'm still here, and I'm always gonna be here, man. Because you know what? I hang down in the trenches, man. I don't fucking put myself up at any goddamn pedestal. Let me tell you something. Some of those people that are those people that watch that show, a lot of them, I love them. They're great people, but my God, some of them are so fucking toxic. Trust me, you say one peep about anything other than Xbox, holy shit, they fucking go insane. Right? It's like, Meg's a fucking pony bot. He's a fucking whatever the fuck that is. Someone want to explain to me what a fucking pony bot is, but apparently I'm a pony bot now.
I think it's the character that you portray in your videos sometimes with the
that's Pony Master 420.
Oh,
I don't know who the fuck Pony Bot is. Everybody's calling me a Pony Bot, and then like all this other shit. Like, I wish Mag would listen to the fucking cheaper people babba deeper day. He's gonna talk about Xbox, just fucking Xbox, and I'm gonna jerk off to Xbox, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, man.
Meg,
fucking gaming involves more than just Xbox, but I mean, I get it. I'm on a show that's literally called the Xbox Newscast, but you know, come on.
Meg, do you and your wife have a Roomba by any chance?
We have a what?
Do you have a Roomba?
No.
Oh, darn it. Because I was going to say, if you had a Roomba, what I would do is when that fucking rubber soap dispenser dildo shows up, stick it on top of the Roomba, fucking put the Pony Master ears on that fucking thing and watch it bouncing back and forth the house and say, that's just like the fucking head office at Sony. You don't know where the fuck their dicks are going.
Thank you to Pat Stack.
Yeah,
Ponybot Ass Blaster 360. That's a great name. Yeah, I'm gonna start using that. Listen, man, it's like the more. Let me tell you what I've noticed now that I do some of these other shows, whatever. We get 20, 25,000, 30,000 views, whatever. Let me tell you something, man. The more people that watch, the more fucking hate you get. And at the end of the day, when you get like 27, 28 people in this chat right now, and fucking just down to earth, awesome people. Thank you, Siki. I see what you said, dick fucker. Yeah, so shit like that, and I just we're just down to earth people having a great time, talking about games, talking about each other, talking about rubber dicks on fucking tiles, whatever we're talking about. That's all that matters, man. That's all that matters at the end of the day, and that's what feels so fucking good, man. And it's great to see every last one of you guys in the chat. And I'm still waiting for Joe Dunmore to show up, but either way, he will at some point.
It's nice to let go on an R-rated podcast, right? One that just doesn't give a goddamn shit.
Yeah, exactly. It's wonderful.
That's like a bunch of adolescents drinking too much.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's pretty much what we are. We're like approaching 50 and all that, but I mean, we're adolescents in our minds, and I truly hope that never changes for any of us. I want to be like 75 years old and be that guy, like still cracking the same jokes, and I think we will.
And Mag, one of these days, since E3 is no more, one of these days, you, me, and Titan will have to get together in person.
Make it happen. That's up to Titan, because you and I, Noof, we see each other twice a year. What, the scumbag doesn't have a fucking passport? He can't drive across the border?
I think my passport is expired now. I think it's been that long since I left the country.
There's a place called like the passport office. You just go there for 5 seconds. Well, maybe not in the U.S.
Well, E3 ain't in goddamn Canada.
E3 ain't nowhere anymore.
There ain't no E3 at all. Yeah.
We're going to talk about that too. I wanted to bring that up real quick since that was kind of a big news announcement that just kind of slipped under a lot of radars this week, but it was kind of like, ooh, that's where we're at now. They just cancel the shit. Damn.
Yeah, you know what? The doctor, he's like, where are your drinks, boys? I just cracked a White Claw. Sounds like you need the penis soap dispenser there, Daka.
The White Claw.
You jerk that. You can jerk that thing off while you're drinking your White Claw.
I mean, he's getting ready for it. He's preparing for arrival.
All right, so E3, is that what we're talking about?
Well, we were trying to finish up our best of.
Oh yeah, that's right. We never even did
and we kind of went off the radar, but that's how Gaming After Dark does it. Titan was going on, and I can't remember where the hell he even left off with. Go ahead, Titan.
I think
I was talking about Call of Duty
You were
last.
talking about Call of Duty, yes. I'm surprised you didn't bring up fucking that other goddamn game you talk about all the time.
Smite. Yeah, you get. Would you?
Magus, like that's the first time I've heard this in a long time, and it had to be on this podcast, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, Smite's still cooking. You know, they're talking about a Smite 2. So Percolator
really?
and all them haters in the chat, I mean, they don't make a second game. This game's been going on for 11 years almost now, okay? You got to give it some respect somewhere along the line. And I'll probably have a heart attack before that happens. Maybe you guys, maybe it'll take my death. Maybe like on, you know, like, oh, like we're remembering Titan. He liked Smite. That game sucked, you know. Maybe you'll give it a little respect on my deathbed or something like that. But we'll see.
Fuck, what are you gonna die like sometime soon? That you want us to play Smite? Like to honor you? Where the fuck are you going?
You never know. You know, I'm just saying.
Zelda, can you calm this guy down?
I'm just saying.
On his headstone, the only guy who played Smite right.
You know what we should put on his tombstone? You've finally been smitten. There you go.
He was a god in a video game. He was a lonely mortal in the bedroom.
Zelda, I'm gonna need you to back me up right here in the chat. I'm gonna need like 10 comments on that.
Is he swinging a big hammer, Princess Zelda?
Let me get on to my low point while she's thinking of
that
how
is
the
your
hell
low
to
point.
respond to that. I think my low point of the year is still just the morons that refuse to open their minds and broaden their horizons. You know, like this is the only thing that brings me down. This is why, like, I don't care for Twitter or X that much. It's like it's all shit that just pisses me off. People saying stupid shit, and the only thing that gets retweeted is the stupid shit. I feel like, so like, you know. Like I said, you know, they don't broaden their horizons, and that's perfect because the only horizons any PlayStation fans have is the perfectly named Horizon Zero motherfucking Dawn. So, I mean, there you go. There's my low point.
There you have it.
Where are you guys at? Who's next?
Go ahead, Mag. Where's your high? Where's your low for 2023? What floated your boat and what flew down the fucking shitter?
Well, I got to say, I had a lot of fun with, I think, to me so far, the best games of the year for me were Hogwarts Legacy. And Resident Evil 4 remake. And fuck you, anybody that like, remake. Listen, I don't give a shit if it's a fucking remake. It's the best game of the fucking year. All right.
No, here's what I want to know, Mag. Here's serious.
Yes.
How does that game get entered in the Game Awards? How does that even happen?
Well, you know what? That's up to interpretation.
We're bending the rules.
I didn't agree with that. I think that Resident Evil 4 should have been pulled out of there because it was a remake of a game that's already been made. But they should have put Hogwarts Legacy in. But we know that they're a bunch of fucking cowards, and we know exactly why, because they're scared of the Alphabet Mafia. I'm not. I'm not. So fuck them and fuck you cowards, because like you see all the other game awards that they have, all the other awards that Hogwarts Legacy is going to win. They're even up for a Grammy, for fuck's sake, for best soundtrack, and for and like they don't even get one nomination. Like, give me a fucking break. So, anyways, I don't give a shit. So, anyway, the point is, Hogwarts Legacy, Resident Evil 4 remake, love those games. I had a lot of fun with Dead Island 2. That was a great game. Those games took me so long, by the way, that it kind of pushed me. And then, of course, the summer happens and things like that. I ended up playing a couple of other games in between. Spider-Man was fun until the story kicked in. We'll get into that later. Jesus Christ. What a fucking woke disaster that game was. Anyways, that's a whole other story. But the gameplay, the actual game mechanics were wonderful. That was great. But Resident Evil 4, Hogwarts Legacy, Dead Island 2, good times. Where did it fall apart for me? And another one, by the way, a shocking one. And I got it for free. So I'm like, well, obviously I'm not going to complain. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 was actually really fucking good. I really enjoyed it. I personally enjoyed it. And I thought that the campaign, people were bitching about the campaign. I'm like, it still took me 5 fucking hours to beat it. I don't know what the hell people were talking about. That's the general length of a fucking Call of Duty campaign. It had 14 chapters. And I went back and looked at the other ones. The average Call of Duty has 16 to 17 chapters in a campaign. So it had 14. And they were full chapters. And a lot of them, they had like those open world missions. So you could really spend your time going around doing stuff, whatever. I thought it was meaty enough. No pun intended.
It had wow moments. It had wow moments.
I loved it. I thought it was great. And then the multiplayer is fun so far. You know they're going to add a shitload of stuff to the multiplayer because they know that basically it was Modern Warfare 2 maps. They're like, okay, you know what? We fucked up a little bit. Let's put more stuff in there later on, hopefully for free, for fuck's sake. And then the zombie things is good, but the zombie things is it's hard because I mean you need to be with people online to do that kind of stuff, but you can't. It's hard to do alone. What's that?
Some tricks. It's hard, but there's a lot of tricks you can do it on your own.
Oh, cool. Okay.
There's Tombstone. The Tombstone perk. Get one of them cans. Boom. Wherever you die, your loadout will be right wherever you died. The next game you load in. That's one.
There's an achievement for that. It's like to retrieve your tombstone or whatever, like after you die and stuff. Yeah. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do those things. It's just a matter of getting to it, but. Those are all high points for me. I love the game. And of course, the gameplay loop and the multiplayer, always great. That was good times. Actually, can I ask a quick question? I'm not going to go off on a tangent here, but I want to know something. This is something that I think that's really fucking important. When Microsoft starts dropping, let's say not back compat, but like older titles, older Call of Duty titles, like collections, so to speak, whatever else, right? My question is, and this is something, this brought me up because Noof is here now. Noof hits me up the other night and he's like, dude, do you have Cold War? And I'm like, I did, but I can't fit it on my fucking hard drive because I have Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3, 470 fucking gigs. My question is this. If Xbox, and then of course, what am I going to do? Another 217 gigs for fucking Cold War? Yeah. That's like 700. That's the whole hard drive.
That game, right? The special edition of those games should literally come with a fucking hard drive, just so you can include it on there.
No shit, right? And so now this is my question. My question is like, Xbox is going to release a whole collection, on Game Pass, or whatever. Are we only going to be able to download one at a time because they're going to be 200 fucking gigs each? What's the point? Because it's going to take you half the day to download. Well, not half the day, but you know what I mean? It'll take a while to download these bloody things. And like, it's not like you could download all of them and you know what? I got all the collection on my hard drive ready to rock. Let's play and we can do whatever. How are they going to do that? Because like 3 games with 700 gigs. So like, are you going to have to download? I mean, unless you have like massive amounts of storage in the back, like connected to your consoles or whatever. Are you going to just have to like download 1 or 2 at a time and then just get rid of it and then bring on new ones and stuff? Or are they going to find a way to like, in the old days, zip file them or something, or I like it's a question, man. So anyway, just something to ponder. Low points for the year. Redfall fucking sucked dick. Giant, fat, veiny dick. It was awful. That was a big strike. Forspoken sucked ass for PlayStation. So we're gonna go even across the board here. So PlayStation released a shit game. Microsoft released a shit game, and then Starfield came out. It's not a bad game, but it's not a game for me. I love RPGs. I just didn't like that one. And I'm like, you know what, man? This game would have been really hot in like 2012. That's how it felt like to me. And it just didn't connect with me. And that's fine. Like, listen, man, I know guys who got 300 hours in that game and, God bless. Go and enjoy it. But for me, I just couldn't do it. So I dropped the game. But it wasn't a disappointment because I really wasn't expecting much, in my personal opinion. I'm like, all right, let me just check it out. Because I got someone sent me the deluxe edition, and I played it, and I'm like, it's not really doing it for me. So maybe I'll revisit in the future. I don't know if they do some quality of life fixes like those loading screens and, the frame rate stuff and whatever else. Maybe if they do that, then we'll see. We'll see. Because, they keep tinkering. They're like George Lucas. They keep tinkering with these fucking games. They're still fucking around with Skyrim, for Christ's sake, right? Yeah. So you never know. Maybe a couple years down the road, it might be more attuned to what I'm interested in. But anyway, that's my year. Take it away.
I got one more really cool thing. Just happened tonight, actually. I've been playing with my friend Punky. I haven't played with him in forever. He didn't get Modern Warfare 2. We played Call of Duty. We've been playing Call of Duty for over a decade together. Yeah. And since he didn't get the last one, he got this one, though. So we hooked back up. And he just got me a closed beta for a game. Let's see if anyone can guess it in the chat or between you guys. But it's a game we've been literally waiting for forever. I mean, many of us have. Okay, we've been waiting for it forever, and the closed beta just came out today, and I got a beta code for the closed beta. Let's see if anyone can name that game while Noof goes on.
Interesting.
Your highs and lows of the year, Noof. Let's see what you got. Oh, Dreadpool got it. Dreadpool,
Right
you're a
away.
winner, homie. Skull and Bones. Yes.
Actually, our Rob dropped it before Dreadpool.
Oh, did he? Our Rob?
Did.
Yep,
Yeah.
our Rob did beat him. Yep. Our Rob.
Yeah, speaking of, good to see our Rob in the chat. Dreadpool, obviously one of the longtime favorites. Awesome guy. We got P1973. We got the Game Complainers hanging out with us. We're good to see you, brother.
The Game Complainers, that's us.
House. Yes, that is true. He definitely nails that. M. Gene is here. It's been a while since I'm back from the dead. Is in the chat. Sir X-Man here.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
X-Man. We got a great crew here tonight, guys. General Spartan, the list goes on. Good to see everybody. Talos Ray just popping in. Good to see Talos. Guys, yeah, we're giving a great giveaway at the end of the show. I think you guys are going to like, so stick around for that in a bit. Yeah, mine was pretty simple. You know, despite all these big games and stuff this year, I took a look back over, those reflections that they do with Xbox. And honestly, in 2023, I didn't do a phenomenal amount of gaming, actually. It was a kind of a low point for me. A couple of my most played games this year were Starfield, oddly enough, and Hogwarts Legacy. Yeah, and what else? There's a few other games, but so I'm going to say, oddly enough, my favorite game that I played this year, weirdly enough, is one that I picked up on Black Friday on sale, and that was the Callisto Protocol. But that's
fucking best game of the best survival horror game of the fucking last decade. Fuck you, Dead Space.
I fucking loved it. I really did. I liked the combat. I liked how it's up in your face. The enemies were creepy, but fucking like intense. And some, later in the game, it really started to get intense. And the graphics are fucking phenomenal.
Yep.
And the game was long enough, but it yet didn't overstay its welcome. Like when you were done, it was kind of like, well, that was a good fucking ride. And I might do it again because it wasn't fucking 40 hours. That sort of thing. I liked it. Joshua Hamill, like the motion capture, the characters were great. Like there were so many things I liked about this game, and I was pleasantly surprised. I was like, because I was reading a lot of reviews, and everybody seemed like they're a lot of this and a lot of that, and I'm like, man, this game's gonna choke a chud. And no, I totally got into it right away, and I kept waiting for something like bad where I'd be like, no, this game sucked. And it had a couple of minor flaws that I could definitely understand some gripes with it, but overall, I really fucking enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But that was last year's game. But from this year's games, I'm going to have to say so far, probably Spider-Man 2. I am enjoying the hell out of that game. I mean, it's essentially Spider-Man, but it's better in most ways. I mean, it does a lot of things right. And it's hard to complain about a game that's just, so appealing and it's got great graphics and stuff. But, that's got flaws to it. I'm not super far in that one. One of my pleasant surprises was Bramble, a little indie game that was free to play on Game Pass. I highly suggest everybody play it. It was fucking phenomenal. And some of my letdowns, I have to go with Mag as well, with Redfall. But I didn't expect a lot of the Redfall. Redfall wasn't super high on my get list, but consider what was riding on Redfall, I expected more. Now I have gone back and played it, and I played it with friends, and it is, trust me, it is not the worst fucking game in the world. It's not as bad as people make it out to be. It's kind of like middle of the road, right? It's a middling game that's not bad. It's a good romp with friends if you can get past certain avenues. Plus they've fixed it with some patches. It does run 60 frames now. It doesn't look necessarily terrible. It has like stylized graphics, and there's some good fun to be had, especially if you got a good troop of friends to go roll with. It's that sort of thing. And after that, I'm going to say Forza. Now, Forza simply because there was a lot riding on it. After all these years, I expected them to blow my mind with it, and Forza did not blow my mind. As a matter of fact, I would argue that 7 is better than Forza Motorsport. And that's sad considering all the years they took to make this game. And it just feels like it's like so scaled back. It reminds me of when 5 came out on the Xbox One. Like they fucking took a step back. They got rid of certain content. It's not as graphically as impressive as I quite expected it to be. There's a lot of shit to it, and I don't know. I mean, it's still a great racing game. Don't get me wrong. But I feel like instead of raising the bar, they kind of let this one slip a little bit. Where if Horizon keeps pulling it up, Forza Motorsport's going back. Mm-hmm. That's where I'm at. And that would be it in a nutshell.
Doctor said, when you coming to Toronto, Titan Drago, I'm saying, it's like, man, if I would feel like I was in the Navy again if I actually hooked up with these two guys live and in person, I just something would go crazy either way. Like I do hope it does happen someday, and
it will happen one day.
I can't wait for that day because that's going to be a fun day, man. We're going to feel really young again when it does. Let me tell you, like I feel great just being in a podcast with these two guys.
We just better hide them fucking soap dispensers.
I got to tell you, every time that's great. Every time I bump into Noof, it's hilarious because we see each other. We're like, "Hey, man, what's going on?" We give each other a hug, a little whatever, and we sit down and we just start talking like as if we didn't skip a day. You know what I mean? And the funny thing is, the last time I missed one of the trips to Niagara Falls because I was away and I couldn't do it. And no, I was out of the country, so that's why. So Noof went on his own, so we didn't see each other for a year. Anyway, so we just saw each other like a month ago. So we saw each other. Yeah, so we just saw each other a month ago. We literally sat down with myself, my wife, and Noof, and then we literally went out for dinner. We ordered food. Boom, we just went right into talking like we didn't like skip a beat. It was hilarious. And then the rest of the night was the same thing. And it was just like we just talk and that's it. And it's great, man, because like the thing is, we don't see each other in person all the time, but because we did this for so long, like together, whatever, we basically know each other, right? And that's the funny thing is, so it's great. But yeah, listen, I gotta say something about that. What the hell just happened? What's everybody doing?
Andrew, did you cry when you couldn't see him?
I was in the Dominican Republic. I was doing all right. Yeah. So I gotta tell you that Forza Motorsport, what a fucking mess. And you know what actually bothered me a little bit? Not bothered me because it didn't really affect me. I shouldn't say bothered me, but I was a little bit surprised by it. Even Colt said it, by the way. The Crew, the one by Ubisoft.
Yeah.
Even Colt said he's like, actually, The Crew is a better game than Forza Motorsport, and it didn't win any awards. But Forza Motorsport won 2 awards at the Game Awards, and it was fucking garbage. Not garbage, but it wasn't as good.
But isn't it telling? Because remember every other year when Forza Motorsport comes out, it's like a big, as far as racers go, it's a big thing. It's a big event, and there's a lot of publicity around it. And this year, everybody was waiting and waiting. I don't know if we were waiting so fucking long, we just like didn't care, because this thing fucking came out on day one on Game Pass, and I hardly saw anybody play it this time around.
No, it was dead on arrival, dude.
Past. It was like 2 or 3 people playing it. Every once in a while I go on now, and there's like maybe 1 or 2 people playing it. And that's what I'm saying. Like there was no hype, there was no emotion with this, and was like even the community was just like, eh. Like well, I don't know what the fuck happened here.
Noof, up till September, did they even show any gameplay or any trailers?
No, it was last minute. They didn't even hype
nothing. That means they knew they had a shit, not a shit game. I hate to say that because they're such a top tier developer that makes such amazing racing games. It's not shit, but it's shit compared to what they normally do. Does that make any sense? Like you know what I mean? Like it's not a shit game overall. Like if a different company came out with that game, it'd probably be like, hey, that was a pretty decent attempt.
Pixel Slabs of being able to drive as a blind person deserves every award given. Well, I do agree. I mean, they nailed it with all the accessibility stuff.
They did get an accessibility award.
That sounds like half the drivers in Alberta. They've been driving blind up here for fucking decades.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Yeah, it won an accessibility award and then it won like best racer. And then I'm just like, okay, I heard The Crew was actually really good. I heard it was a lot of fun and it was a great game. I think that got snubbed there. But anyways, whatever. That's besides the point.
You know what game I'm worried about? What? And it's gonna surprise a lot of people because, like, I let me explain myself. I got a few reasons, okay, but I'm getting the same feeling that when I'm watching a Vikings game and the kicker goes up to kick a game-winning field goal, I'm getting them same vibes, and it's with that Arcane Leon with the blade. Mm-hmm. I'm worried about that game because what if they were like a one and done kind of thing? What if they were good at like one game, one vision, and they can't spread it out or do anything? I don't know. I'm just worried about it because, like we said, Redfall didn't meet expectations. What if this one doesn't either? I'm just worried about that happening again. Like because of their graphics and the way the gameplay moves, I'm having trouble seeing how that's gonna mesh with a Blade character. Seems a little bit weird to me. What do you guys think?
Yeah, it's going to be, first of all, it's coming out next gen. It's not this gen. And you know what, by the way, that was another thing because I got the tip a while ago about I knew about the Blade a couple of weeks before the Game Awards show. Obviously, I kept my mouth shut. Remember when you were doing the show and I said there's something special coming and it's from Arcane. And I left it at that, right? And you guys were like, come on, tell me. And I'm like, nope. But I'm like, you guys will find out tomorrow. But anyways, the point is that I also found out from somebody who was literally at the Game Awards show sitting with the executives. And he told me that night, he's like, yeah, I'm here, whatever. And he was at the show. And he messaged me and he said, the game is coming out next gen only. It's skipping the series consoles.
Right.
So it's skipping the Series X and S. And I said that on XNC. And holy fuck, Talos Ray, you were there. That fucking chat was eating me alive. They're like, man, what the fuck? Like freaking out about it. And I'm like, I'm telling you, it's coming out next fucking gen. Anyways, what ends up happening? A week later, Colt releases a video. His insider told him that the new Xbox is coming in 2026. And the fact that they haven't even started production on this game, the production on this game starts in March of 2024. So they're literally just doing concept art right now. So I'm like, oh, hey, fuck faces. Guess who was right? Because you know what? It's basically 2 years from now, 2.5 years from now. They haven't even started production. Do you think it's next gen only now? Fuck you. That's all I have to say about that. So listen, it hasn't even started. However, the only thing that's going to be weird about it, I think a lot of people are going to have a weird thing. It's going to have that Arcane art style.
Feel. Yeah, that
feel. You like that art style, exactly. That art style. Like that's it's got that. About. You know the Miles Morales movies? They got that like 10 frame per second kind of fucking jitter, Jenga, or whatever the fuck you call it. It has that kind of thing to it, right? So I'm like, oh no, I don't want to play a game like that.
Weird janky anime.
Yeah.
It's got to be the engine they're using. It's like the way they develop with their. I need to look that up. Like
Digital Foundry, we're like, this game lags every couple of seconds.
Yeah, it's gonna be a thing, man.
It's not Call of Duty movement. It's not that top tier movement. It's not that top tier aiming. It's not the top tier feel to it. Like Our Rob got it right. He said it's that judder. He said South of Midnight will have that too. Did you see that? Remember that game? It also has that weird ass, fucking jiggity jaggedy judder. It
might work for the movies and stuff, but it certainly doesn't. I don't think it's going to work.
I fucking hate it. Noof, I hate it in the movies too, man. When they did it in Miles Morales, I'm like, fuck off with this shit. Like, you're going to give me a goddamn conniption watching it in IMAX. You know what I mean? It's like, fucking, we have normal fucking frames per second.
Oh, goddamn.
Anyways.
Absolutely. I don't know, boys. Like I said, we're on the precipice now of 2024. It's going to be an interesting year for sure. I mean, fucking Sony raised their prices exponentially this year. Obviously, a big news this week that everybody's been talking about is Factions got canceled. Somehow I'm not entirely surprised because that game was under wraps for so fucking long. And then, of course, when Bungie or whatever walked in a few months back and kind of came out of the bag and said, yeah, they walked in and went, I'm not sure about this, boys.
They're like, it's trash. Well, the thing is, did you see why? Did you see why that they kind of let it go? Did you see their message on the?
Yeah, because they feel that it cannibalizes their work they should be doing on the single story stuff.
Well, there was that, and there was also, which I found some falsehoods in, the fact that they said it would take, I don't remember exactly how they worded it, but they basically said it would take nearly their entire team to keep up with the content drops on it, like steady content drops, and they got that right. You have to have steady content drops. You have to have seasons, and that does
hire more people.
That does take, well, there's that, but it's like, it doesn't take, like, how many people do you got there right now? Like, it doesn't take it. You could get a team of like 30.
It feels like Sony is totally afraid to take a risk at this point with anything multiplayer.
Yeah.
And they are sitting on a couple of gold mines. If they really want to come back with a strong multiplayer that people remember from the PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3 era, they got to bring back SOCOM. Especially with Modern Warfare shooters being so popular, they got to go with something that they know that at least has a name that older fans will resonate with. And they got to stick with it. That's the thing. They got to stick with. You can't be afraid to go up against the Call of Duties, the Fortnites, and stuff of the world because, look, those games are huge, and they're never gonna really take a dip. But either do you want to make some money or do you want to make fucking no money? Because they will find an audience as long as they support them. They don't overcharge and overgouge or overgauge your audience. but they got to make a solid game. And don't tell me they don't have enough talent over there to make a fucking multiplayer game. They certainly do. I mean, hell, anybody who has had a PlayStation 2 can tell you the Resistance Fall of Man series was fucking awesome.
That was a great series.
And they had some, but why was it they took risks back in those days? And now it's like, it's not an over-the-shoulder action game with a big story and 40-minute long cutscenes. We don't want to do it. Right? Heck, they're even putting out fucking free DLC for God of War, for fuck's sake, which is totally unnecessary, but cool that they did it.
What was the other one that they had? They had SOCOM, Resistance, and there was another one. What the fuck was the other one?
They even had a really good kart racer game with Mod Nation Racers. That was fucking dynamite, but they didn't support that worth of shit. Like, it's like they're throwing darts at the wall, and if something doesn't come out and fucking just light the world on fire, like, just off with your head, throw it in the trash.
Well, I love it that PlayStation
Killzone. Thank you.
PlayStation fans are finally starting to see that, hey, making a multiplayer game isn't all as easy as it sounds like it is.
Well, look at Call of Duty. They got like 9 studios working on every Call of Duty title. It's not like just a handful of fucking people or a couple of hundred people doing it. It's 9 studios.
Well, you even take a game like Halo, that took a lot of flack and this and that, and it still plays really good. It's playing sure a hell of a lot better than Factions is right now or ever has. So I don't want to hear any fucking Sony clown out there. You guys just need to shut the fuck up until they fucking come out with a good multiplayer game. Because guess what? PlayStation hasn't done it in fucking forever.
Can we all just admit as well that the original Factions, like the multiplayer for the original Last of Us, wasn't all cracked up either?
I didn't like it. It wasn't for me.
I'd rather play the Uncharted multiplayer any day over that shit.
Actually, the Uncharted multiplayer was fun. Even the Tomb Raider multiplayer. But Uncharted was way better. That was a lot of fun. I think it was a little bit overblown, the Last of Us Factions. I mean, it was okay, but it wasn't like anything to write home. But it did retain a hell of a lot of people. But anyways, that's besides the point. They absolutely have a shitload of IP that they're sitting on, that they've been sitting on for 2 gens, that they haven't released anything for, which they totally could have developed by now. And that's the crazy thing. If they had started working on those things at the tail end of the PS3 into the PS4, these games would be coming out for the PS5 right now. And they fucked up. Because now, if they start working on that shit now, going, all right, well, I guess we'll do it, it's not going to come out till PS6. And by, what the fuck? It's too late. Like, you know what I mean? Because Call of Duty is going to be rolling along. Battlefield is going to have a big comeback. I'm telling you right now, don't count out Battlefield because you've got Vince Zampella working on Battlefield. That guy don't fucking miss.
Yeah.
He doesn't miss. Zampella, and I know some people have some issues with the Jedi Survivor or Jedi Fallen Order. Those games are still fucking great games.
They're amazing.
Yeah, that was another game, by the way, I really loved this year. I did the 100% on that one. That was a bitch, but it was such a good game that I loved going into it and doing it. I spent almost 100 plus hours in that game. I loved it.
I wish they expanded on that tabletop game.
Oh, that was wild. That tabletop game was fun. Yeah. That'd be like a really Talos Ray. Listen, the thing is, at the end of the day, they had the chance to do it. You got, like I said, Battlefield with Vince Zampella at the helm is going to be coming out at some point. Probably towards the later half of this, maybe like in the next 2 years, I'd say. You got Call of Duty rolling along. Hopefully like I said, I like this Call of Duty this year, but next year looks to be a lot more promising. You've got their number 1 team working on it, and it's going to be Black Ops Gulf War. That's fucking awesome, man. Gulf War, we're all old enough to beat. I mean, we were there. We were all old enough to watch that shit live on TV. I was watching it live in school. Like, it was fucking awesome. I mean, you know what I mean? And I mean, war sucks. I mean, let's face it, but it was fucking cool to watch. I was like, this is crazy. So, like,
the ability to
crazy.
The ability to connect with it personally. That's what you're trying.
Well, that's the thing. So now here's the situation. Now you got Sony has 3 multiplayer IPs they really could have fucking banked on, like Noof was saying. You had your SOCOM, you had your Killzone, and you have what the hell's the other one now? Resistance. Right? Would have been awesome. And but hey, you never know. Maybe they, like, instead of working on these games as a service, foam stars, cum stars, and all this other bullshit like Talos Ray was saying, they could have just fucking done that. They could have just done Resistance and Killzone.
Well, the worst thing Insomniac did is make a fucking successful Marvel game, because those guys might be stuck in making comic book games now for the rest of eternity. Right?
Yeah, no shit. Well, you know what? They didn't take a hit financially on Spider-Man 2. However, I'll tell you this. If they continue down the road that they've been going, they will take a hit on Spider-Man 3. Because people are now giving him the side eye. You see, this is just kind of like how Hollywood works too, right? Yeah. Spider-Man 3, the movie, the Tobey Maguire movie, was not good. It wasn't a great movie. It was the worst one of the trilogy, right? Yeah. But it made a shitload of money. Why? Based on how amazing Spider-Man 2 was.
Yes.
Right? Mm-hmm. And then when you get another one, like, for example, X-Men. X-Men First Class came out, right? Fucking awesome movie. Remember the one with Kevin Bacon and shit? That came out right after X-Men The Last Stand came out, like the third X-Men, and that movie was fucking dog shit, right? And because it was dog shit, nobody went to the theater to go see X-Men First Class, right? So now Insomniac has got a fucking uphill battle because people, yes, it's sold a shitload of copies. I'm not gonna doubt that. They made a shitload of money on Spider-Man 2, but let's face it, Spider-Man is the biggest IP on the planet, okay? Yeah. Even above Batman, even above Superman, anything else. Spider-Man is the biggest in the world. So just based on the name alone. However, when people actually played it and got into the story and got into everything else and finished the game, they're like, what the fuck was that? Right? I'm not looking forward to Spider-Man 3. I can tell you right now, my hands up. I'm not fucking looking forward to it. And I'll wait for a sale to buy it. Maybe I won't even buy it at all. I'm not even sure. That's how you fuck up. Right, and well, so
the most powerful character in the show apparently was MJ. She would just go around beating enemies with her fucking taser.
Dude, she was taking out Craven the Hunter's henchmen, like 250-pound guys with fucking swords, and she's taking them out with her bare hands. And I'm like, who the fuck is this? Anyway, that was just a side gripe. But my God, the laundry list of bullshit in that game just goes on forever. But anyway, the point is that Insomniac has got themselves in a fucking bit of a pickle now. They have to fucking hit hard with Wolverine. That's a big one.
Yeah. It's such a good... I don't see how they could mess up with that because Wolverine you could take in any direction. He's dang near immortal. Geez, man. What a good character. I really wish Xbox would have jumped on the Wolverine, man. And I don't think they can they?
No.
Well, no, they could, but I mean, because nobody owns the IP outside of Marvel. The difference with Spider-Man is that Spider-Man has that whole situation with Sony being able to purchase the movie rights. And because of that, they don't have the video game. They don't have exclusive video game rights. However, Disney does sign deals and saying, listen, you already got the character. Well, you let us use him in the next Avengers movie or whatever. You guys can have it exclusively for your console. And of course, it doesn't hurt that they're the market leader, right? So they're going to get that exposure, and Disney doesn't care. Disney doesn't give a shit. They want money and they want exposure. And they're going to get it with two companies more so than Microsoft. It's going to be Nintendo and PlayStation.
Throw me a game where you're a badass villain. Like, I don't know, Thanos or maybe,
you kind of have one with Blade. Like an Xbox got Blade. So, like, they got a character that's darker. Personally, I'm way more interested in Blade than I am a Spider-Man. I would say the Blade and Wolverine.
Superman has his own fucking dynamite-ass game. That's what I want to see, baby.
Well, the thing is, that's all hinging on the success of James Gunn's DCEU.
James Gunn, you fucking twat waffle.
Well, that's the problem. James Gunn now he runs all of DC. So when his first movie comes out, which is going to be Superman Legacy in 2026, or 2025, excuse me, 2025 when it comes out, it's all hinging on that. If Netflix. Superman is huge, then the games will come.
Apparently Netflix, everybody online is protesting and petitioning against it. You guys need to get Zack Snyder, and Zack Snyder said he was totally up for it. Is to license out his version of the DC universe. That way you'd bring back Cavill, you'd be bringing back Affleck, you'd be bringing back Gal Gadot, all the good ones, and bringing back that Justice League. That's what we want. Netflix, get the fuck on it. I'll be subscribing again if you do, but I have zero interest in James Gunn fucking his waffle maker bullshit fucking superheroes he got going up from now on.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to go on with him. I mean, I'm going to watch with morbid curiosity to see what happens. But I mean, he is literally in charge of all of DC now. All DC Pictures that have to go. No, not just DC Pictures. Excuse me. DC Pictures, comics, animated movies or shorts or TV, and video games.
Have you saw the list of movies that he's working on for like his characters
and it's
even fucking knows about?
So like they are going for broke with this. So like the fact that like
Did you not learn from Blue Beetle already?
You mean they're going broke with this?
Well, yeah, I guess so.
Going woke and going broke. Yeah. Did you not learn from Blue Beetle already? People don't want to watch fucking characters that people bought 10 comic books of. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's gonna take some amazing writing, and I don't see it happening, especially, flops ahead with the really good characters. So
I don't know what they're gonna do with Superman.
I'm falling head over heels for like everything Marvel though. Like I'm loving the He Who Remains. I'm loving the King Dynasty.
That's what we need.
I'm hearing they're bringing back.
He's fucking green.
I hear they're bringing back. Doctor Doom. Love that. He was my favorite growing up. Doctor Doom was always
they should have
such a cool dude.
I think to me. The phase 4 has been a fucking nightmare. It's been like just ever since Endgame. I'm just like, what the fuck are you guys doing? You should have stopped, taking a break, and you know what I mean. But they went ahead with it, and then the Disney Plus shows, most of them are fucking ass trash, and I'm just like, okay, whatever. But the thing is, they should have moved slowly but surely towards Doctor Doom, not the Kang Dynasty that nobody gives a fuck about.
Yeah,
that's kind of up in the air right now. I'm listening to all these.
It's not gonna. No, they'll still do it. They'll still do it, but you know what they're going to do? Word on the street is that Jonathan Majors has already been fired from Disney, but it was a while ago. But they're not. They say he was fired from before Loki season 2. He was already let go. However, he's not allowed to say anything about it. He'd been bought out of his contract, and they just basically so he's getting a shitload of money, and they're just sending him on his way. All they have to do is have some other guy show up.
Yeah.
And he's the new variant. But the thing is, it'd be like Doctor Who. The guy walks in, they're like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, he's Kang." How the fuck is that Kang? That's not Kang. And they're like, "Well, it's Kang in another dimension." Fuck off.
I haven't watched the Marvel superhero movies since Shang-Chi. That was the last one I watched.
Dude, fucking garbage.
Haven't seen anything.
Jonathan Majors though, he's freaking a phenomenal actor. He did Creed. Loved him in Creed. Man, like boxing against that dude, man, he brought a gritty, like brawler to the screen, man. Loved it. And then He Who Remains, he's very malleable as an actor, man. I'm loving everything he's done so far. So that's a shame if that is true.
Yeah, well, I mean that's not 100% like fact yet. Isn't out, but like a lot of the big guys in the game are all saying that he was already been let go a while ago. So this is all just. At this point, they're just slowly getting it out. And that's why they pushed all the titles for like another 2 or 3 years. See, like all the Marvel movies, they're like, yeah, they moved it to like 2026, 2027, 2028. And like, what the fuck? And the reason why is because of that. But I mean, I'm not missing it anyway. I haven't watched anything Marvel in like 2 years. I'm done with them. But the Doctor Doom thing is interesting. They should have just gone right to that. However, they could have taken a fucking break. And just done some street level shit for like a little while, like some Daredevil stuff, some Spider-Man stuff, keep it simple and then slowly start to build up to Doctor Doom. That would have made a lot of sense, but no, they went head first into the other bullshit and whatever. Fuck them. As for the gaming, I like the idea of Blade because I mean, you got Blade. I mean, the movie is finally going into production after they tried their bullshit and Mahershala Ali walked away from the project because he's like, I'm not fucking doing this because Disney was up to their same old woke bullshit. And they're like, yep, we're going to put Blade with 3 women and they're all going to demean him the entire time. The fuck kind of Blade movie is that? I know somebody who read the script. I know somebody who read the script and they said it was fucking appalling. And that's why it got delayed like a year, 2 years, because Mahershala Ali said, fuck that, I'm out.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We don't need a dominating woman in every single fucking superhero movie.
Oh, you mean the MCU
right?
as a
pretty much?
Yeah. So
the Marvels.
Did you see the numbers? They're saying like not the Marvel numbers that since Phase 4 started, it's like 43 leading women in the MCU, and they had 18 men. And out of the 18 men, 9 of them died. So there's only like 8 men and 43 women. And I'm like, holy fuck, this MCU thing was 100% real. But anyways, that's besides the point. The thing is,
even women who went to the movie theaters were not asking for this shit.
they don't want it. They want to see muscly men with big pecs.
They don't want it. Well, the bottom line is just don't force it. Like I mean, Wonder Woman's been popular forever. No one's complaining about her, other than that Mrs. screwed up the second movie. Wonder Woman was great. 1984 was absolute fucking shit. But this is the point. Tomb Raider was popular long before the whole woman movement. I mean, Lara Croft is one of the most dominating, most recognizable characters on the planet. Guys don't even have a problem playing as her. Women don't have. This is what I'm saying. There was never an issue with it, but all of a sudden in the last 10 years, everything just started getting forced. It's like there's not enough representation. So I gotta force this one in and force this one in. You know what I mean? That's
like went 100% the other way.
You know what the funny thing is, though? The shit has been there from the beginning. Women have been represented in film. There's always been diversity in film. It's always fucking been there.
We never had enough female heroes. Well, no. How about fucking Sigourney Weaver's fucking Ripley kicking aliens ass back in the 80s?
Thank you. And 70s.
Nobody cared. No. Apparently she didn't. No, but nothing existed until the last 5 years, apparently. Even Brie Larson, her fucking dumbass, is talking in interviews like she hasn't even watched a movie in the last 20 fucking years.
How about like Princess Leia? They're like, oh, like you see these fucking morons that go on to like Disney Plus. They're talking about the new Star Wars. They're like, oh, we Star Wars is such a patriarchy, so we need some strong female representation in Star Wars. I'm like, what about Princess fucking Leia? Or what about the head of the rebellion, Mon Mothma? Or you know what I mean? It's like women are there the whole time, and you want to talk diversity. Been going on for fucking decades. Since the beginning, there's always been something. Like, you can go back to 1984, Lethal Weapon. What did Lethal Weapon have? Oh, strange. Danny Glover and Mel Gibson. Weird. But it was done organically. It wasn't like, let's just shove somebody in here for the sake of shoving them in there. And it's fucking stupid. Anyways.
Even on GAD, started with a woman on the panel.
Fucking right.
No, but there was one. You know, and there have been.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Noof Nukem, right. You got it right, buddy. Nerdrotic. That's it. That's the man. By the way, he's the one who coined MCU, right? And then, it's funny. Yeah. He coined it, and it got so popular that the people in Disney are actually the people that work for Disney started calling it the MCU. So it literally permeated into the corporation's culture. But I mean, the guy's fucking massive, right? He's at 1 million subs on YouTube and shit, right? So like,
I discovered him just out of like just I don't even know how I came across him, but
you sure it wasn't me that sent it along to you? Because I've been watching him for about a year now.
It was not you. It happened to come up. It was a recommended feed, and I guess it was one of his titles, and I started watching. I was like, this guy's great. He breaks it down good, and you can tell he's a gigantic comic book movie like nerd guy, like most people are. But like people said, and even what's his name said it perfectly. It was Henry Cavill. When some reporter just recently asked him about some of the backlash to like The Witcher and a few different things, and like of course they want to say, well, it's the toxic fans and blah blah blah. And Henry Cavill corrected the reporter. It was great.
Yeah.
He goes, no, it's not always toxicity. He goes, what you mistake is their passion. These are fans that read the material, that know the material, and have a certain expectation of how it should be represented. This is the problem with Hollywood. They give the material to some jackass who probably wrote a good movie 10 years ago, but has no fucking knowledge of the books or the material that came before it, and makes his own interpretation of it, hence a screenwriter, and comes up with their own ideas of what they think is going to fucking sell, right?
Activists. They hire activists.
What's the new one they're talking about now? Making the Silver Surfer a fucking girl.
Yeah.
Okay, you heard that one?
Yeah, that's that. Right. There you go. The MCU strikes again. There is even talk about Doctor Doom being a woman.
Who the fuck's asking for this? Like
nobody.
These guys,
and the funny thing is,
listen.
Do you know that like Aquaman 1 made $1 billion in the movie theater because women were fucking getting wet in the movie theater watching Jason Momoa walk around with no shirt on?
Right.
They don't want to fucking see a bunch of dumpy ass fucking frumpy women running around in the MCU. They want to see fucking strong, like, men. They want to see Captain America. They want to see fucking all these guys, the Hulk. They want to see Thor with no shirt on. They want to see T'Challa walking around with the fighting what's his name in the water with no shirt on. That's what they want to fucking see.
People
They
would
don't want to
rather,
see fucking
people
frumpy
would
ass
rather
fucking
watch
women
Bill
that
Murray.
somehow know kung fu.
People would rather watch fucking Bill Murray at 80 years old sit in his fucking lawn chair with a fucking pair of pajamas on and a Ghostbuster proton pack busting shit than they would some fucking 4 old frumpy women that want to just put down men every 5 fucking seconds, you know?
Well, like I said, and that's why Mahershala Ali walked away from Blade. He said, "I'm not doing this fucking movie." So like they literally they put him as like the 4th character in the film, and they had these 3 girls. I think one of them was his daughter, and like 2 other women or whatever. And they basically were berating him the whole time, basically like, "Oh, just be quiet, Dad. Just sit in the corner, Dad. We'll take care of this, Dad. Whatever, that kind of thing." And he's like, "Nope, fuck that. I'm out." And then he got his own people to rewrite the movie, and he said, "I'll do this movie," and that's what they're doing. But the game looks, I can't say the game looks great. It was literally a fucking concept trailer. We don't know anything about the game.
At the rate they're going, they're going to be making fucking Back to the Future. They're going to be remaking that with fucking Megan Fox. So at least she got the last name, right?
Dude, yeah. I'm worried about the next Creed. I've heard a few rumors about it's going to be about his daughter boxing.
Oh, whoa, that's weird. Didn't see that coming. You know what? I stopped watching Creed when Sylvester Stallone wasn't involved anymore. They booted him out of the 3rd one, and I'm like, "Yep, I'm out." So I watched up to the 2nd one, and that's it. I won't watch anymore. Not without him, because I mean he brought legacy and heart to those films because of the connection between Rocky and Apollo, you know, projecting onto his son. Right? That's a huge dynamic that they no longer have, and it's fucking dumb. And they did it because they didn't want to pay Sylvester Stallone because he was going to have some kind of distribution right to it. So they cut him out of the film. Fuck that. Fuck them. I hope Creed gets killed by fucking Ivan Drago's great grandson or something. Just like his father in fucking part 4. That's it. He get fucking.
Yeah, I heard in
he dies.
I heard in the new Riddick movie he's going to fight an alien that identifies with pronouns.
Oh.
Hey, I didn't know they were making a 4th Riddick movie. That's fucking great. I love Riddick.
Yeah, they are. Those are awesome.
I love them, and you know that 3rd one was very similar to the first one, like the like Pitch Black. It was like down to like like a $12 million budget or something. Like they just went to some place and just filmed this gritty, down-to-earth survival movie. It was fucking great, man.
Yeah, the 2nd one was a little bit off, but the 1st one and the 3rd one were great. You're absolutely
well,
right.
The 2nd one, they went way over the top. Like, it was like that big... They were trying to turn him into like a huge action star.
Yeah. Noof, bring up that picture of Peeve again. Bring up his quote.
Great picture of him driving, yeah.
Yeah,
I was laughing
this,
at that,
man.
too.
This was great. It was like, from his picture.
Peeve, 1973.
Oh, okay. Peeve? Oh, yeah, right there.
That same thing you just brought up.
Looks something like Pong Soul.
Yeah, kind of. It's like he actually heard that news and then took that picture, man. I love it.
That's great. That's great. And Chronicles of Riddick was a great game, too. Which one? Escape from Butcher Bay?
Oh, yeah. Well, they're both, even Dark Athena, but Escape from Butcher Bay was such a classic.
Yeah,
if they're not going to make it back compatible, they should totally remake that. I'd fucking buy that in a heartbeat.
And you know that was Xbox, wasn't it?
It was on the original Xbox. It never came out on the PlayStation.
It was an exclusive. That's right. It was exclusive for Xbox.
The team said the PlayStation was not good hardware for building that game at the time. Not probably true because we didn't see Doom 3 on the PlayStation 2 either, but we saw it on the Xbox.
That's right. That was on the original Xbox. Yeah. Well, you know what? They now own both. So, like, you can't do another Riddick game. I mean, if they got a 4th Riddick movie coming out, Dark Athena, that was a great one too. Dreadpool. Why did they release another one? They got all these companies, they got all these fucking developers and all these studios that do first-person games, right? From the first-person view games or whatever. They should be doing a new Riddick game. What the hell? What are they waiting for? What are they looking at? You know, and don't make it janky and fucking stupid. 5 frames per second shit.
Peeve, your wife just texted me. She said that was actually your picture after she showed you the dildo soap dispenser that she got you.
God, what
Froggy T. White, I think we just said it.
What a way to open the show tonight. My Jesus.
Yeah, that was great. Froggy T. White's asking, he's like, can you guys talk about what classic games you'd want remade or reimagined? I just said it. I'll go with that. And you know what? I guess I can technically say that a 20-plus-year-old game would be considered a classic, right? I guess at this point.
Yeah.
And I would think that Riddick would be fucking great, man. And I think one of the Xbox studios can do it. I don't want the Coalition to do it, Talos Ray, because Coalition is they're experts at third person, you know, and they already have 2 games coming out. So
if the Coalition were to do a licensed property, I think a Judge Dredd game would be right up their alley.
That's a good call, man. That's a really good call.
Third person Judge Dredd, sort of built in the vein of Gears of War, would be fucking fantastic. That
is actually a great fucking idea. Yeah.
Froggy T. White has a good recommendation. You guys talk about classic games you would want to be remade or reimagined. Classic game. I got one for you right now. While you guys are thinking of yours,
Go ahead,
and
man.
100%, and I want it to be on Xbox, not on freaking Nintendo. Punch Out, and it doesn't have to be all crazy. You can keep it simple. Punch Out, 100%. I'd love to see it. I love just learning the combinations that you got to do to beat each guy, and they're all different. And they all got their quirks, and it's all funny and cool, and it's still boxing, still awesome. Then you got a beast at the end that you fight. Love it.
Yeah, could you imagine a new Punch Out with like really good 3D like polygonal graphics instead of an art style?
I don't even need that.
And they actually bring back actual Mike fucking Tyson, like, you know, with his tattoo now on his face and everything.
That would be sweet.
And it'd be even better if people didn't know he was in the game. Like, when you fucking finally get us a surprise guy, and that's who it is fucking Tyson. He's like, I'm back. You know what I mean?
Well, you beat the game, or you beat the game. Hear me out.
Yeah.
You beat the game, and it like shows a cut scene and like whatever 30 years down the line, and then you got to fight Mike Tyson with his. That would be
he's still training now. Like, I watched a training video of him from like a month ago, and he's still in the ring going fucking berserk. Like, I mean, he's just throwing haymakers on those videos. Mind you, the videos you see are like, you know, like the YouTube shorts, they're only like 30 seconds, like 45 seconds of him like boxing in the ring, and he looks fucking savage. And he is completely shredded. However, you're only watching 30 seconds to 45 seconds of him doing that, right? Yeah. So, like, I bet you if he went for like a minute and a half, he'd probably be fucking dead tired, as we saw when he actually did that charity match a couple of years ago. But still, that'd be a lot of fun, man. He's still a scary-looking dude.
Nintendo's sitting on a gold mine. They could make a shit ton of money with something like that. People would go nuts for that.
Yeah, man. For the Switch 2, go for it.
Like Switch 2, and you just make it with like today's kind of graphics kind of thing. And like I said, you do something like that, and you put Tyson back in, you know, where he's pretty popular again now, and they've kind of gotten over that bullshit from years ago kind of thing that kind of took him out of the game.
Yeah.
That sort of stuff. You know, you can do a lot of really cool stuff like that. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that'd be fun. You know, me personally, I want to go with Peeve 1973 because for me, I'm dying for another Conquer. I want a sequel to Conquer. I mean, that's not even a really old game, and I know we had the remaster on the Xbox, Conquer Live and Reloaded, but I really feel like he's a character that's too original, too different, that needs to be out there. I remember I got really excited because when I first saw that one. Lucky's Tale. The first time I saw the picture of that, I was kind of thinking, "Oh, they're bringing back Conquer," and then I was like, "No, this is not Conquer at all. This is another guy, Lucky, right?" And you know, that's not a bad game by any means. It's a solid game, and I highly recommend it if you like platformers. But it's not Conquer. It doesn't have the same humor. It didn't have the same bosses. I mean, my God, I mean, fighting Mr. Pooh. I mean, how epic was that? You're fucking throwing you're throwing toilet rolls down his throat. I mean. Come on, man. There's nothing cooler than that at the time, right? You got a fucking big old bees pollinating the flower, like the dirty innuendo, and he's drinking beer and shit. And oh my God, that game was fucking awesome.
They probably wouldn't make it just for that, just for those reasons. They're like, this is too politically incorrect. We can't do this anymore. So we're gonna have to change it. Yeah, they would probably find it too offensive now.
I feel like we're masters of sexual innuendo. I feel like it's because like when I was growing up, you know, my parents didn't tell me anything. I had to find it out on my own. So I kind of developed that skill early. Thanks, Mom. Now I'm really good at
we had to find it the hard way, but all your dad's porno mags were stuck together at certain parts, right?
Yeah. There was no internet. You couldn't just search it up. Yeah.
No. and jerking off to National Geographic.
Even if you did get on the internet, it was
jerked
like
off
slow.
the Sears fucking catalog, man.
Oh yeah, man. You go to the fucking the bra and panty section. Fuck yeah.
You get home, you're like, your mom's like, you walk in, you're just looking at the girls in the bras. I'm trying to get you a bra, Mom.
Yeah, right. What? Sergeant Sentinel Gaming. Good evening, my friend. Yes. It's nice to see everybody in the chat. I love seeing all these familiar faces, man. It's been a while. But yeah. So okay. Back to that. I think that we all came up with a good. By the way, I think it was Peeves 1973. Again, he said a Riddick game using the id Tech would be fucking amazing.
Yes.
Id Tech anything, man. That's a good. Now, if Blade was running on id Tech's engine, boy, oh boy, I'd be hyped as hell. There'd be no slowing me down.
It's a third-person game. It's a third-person game. I think that like their best bet would have been something like. I mean, I don't want to. I know everybody goes to the Coalition because it's the Coalition. But it's like, oh, the Coalition. But I'm like, there's got to be someone else who could pull this game off. I get it. Like Arcane wants to do their thing, and they always got their own like artistic spin on things. I mean, we have to wait to see when this fucking game comes out. What? Who's Doctor? Can you stop? He does, by the way, and I can tell you with absolute certainty. I can tell you right now. Of course, I've never been there, but I mean, I've heard it. He jerks off to like fucking cartoon Disney fucking princesses. And I know he does. I fucking know as a fact. He fucking told me. He's like, yeah, he jerks off to like Princess Jasmine from fucking Aladdin and stuff. Yeah. Well, and it's a fact. It's a fucking fact.
I mean, if he gets off to Selma and Patty from The Simpsons, he's hopeless.
That's pretty messed up. No, that's pretty messed up.
That guy is jerking off to me again.
Yeah.
Doctor, feel free to defend yourself in the chat. Hell, he might have to join us for the next reunion show.
Oh, God.
Actually, I guess Jasmine is pretty fucking hot. Yeah, she would be my favorite.
I want to see you and him fight side by side. I want to see you guys fight, Meg. That's what I want to see.
Fuck, who? Doctor and I.
You know what I mean? Like when you're like a teenager or like 10 years old, like, you know, you're like putting each other in headlocks and stuff.
We did that shit steady. Like our growing up. From like childhood all the way to like up till now, up to like our 40s. Like
that's what I'm talking about. It's gonna happen when we meet up. Like I'm gonna say something and we're just all gonna brawl or something. Like,
well, that's what like Doctor does that shit. Like I've been in this fucking condo, even at my house for fuck's sake. And he was playing. They were playing in the arcade over here, and they just turned around and decked my fucking brother like out of nowhere. Just took a shit, and then he spilled tequila all over my fucking carpet. But anyway, that was besides the point. But hey man.
He cleaned it up a little bit, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. No, he fucking didn't. I had to clean it up. He just walked away.
I meant that he cleaned the carpet with it.
No. Yeah, right. Yeah.
So boys, we kind of got all that out of the way. How about maybe a game or something you'd like to get for Christmas this year? If any, maybe I've already had your Christmas 20 times over, but you know, if you could put something on your list this year, what would it be? What would be your dream game or maybe piece of tech that you like to have underneath the tree? Maybe if your wife is listening, maybe that's a hint too. You know, they still got time, right?
She ain't gonna buy it. I'll answer this first.
Go ahead.
She ain't gonna buy it for me because it's too fucking expensive. But I really want a PSVR 2.
Nice.
I really want one. You know why? Because I want to play an actual current gen Resident Evil games in full. You know what I mean? Like visual. I just
played the Resident Evil 4 demo in VR, and it's so fucking cool. God
yeah. Damn. And like I played the old one. Like if you go on MetaQuest, you can actually download like the original Resident Evil 4, but it's fucking ass because it's like the GameCube version, right?
Right.
But it's still fucking amazing. Even like with the GameCube graphics, you're like, holy shit, this is fucking crazy. However, I want to play it with full PS5 graphics.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what the PSVR 2 offers. Like I want to play Resident Evil Village, which is one of my favorites as well. Top 5 Resident Evils for me. And so like I want to play Resident Evil 4. I want to play Resident Evil Village. I want to play. I heard Gran Turismo's fucking awesome in VR. I'd love to try that out. That'd be fucking wild.
It's amazing.
Yeah. So like
even that Horizon game, even just from the visual perspective, it looks so fucking cool in VR. Your arms are going to be tired as fuck because you do a lot of climbing. But my God, I mean, when you finally get the fight, what do you call it? You know, the Tyrannosaurus Rex fucking thing, whatever that is. Like,
Yeah,
that is so menacing, man, to see that coming at you in VR. Like,
yeah, I really want to play that too. Yeah, so it's like, anyway, that's my dream thing is the VR too. But again, we're up
Sony,
here,
it
dude.
should be
It's
dropping the
fucking
price and
800.
marketing that thing again, man. Drop the price and market it harder. You're not fucking doing this right, Sony.
$880. Like,
Yeah,
are you
drop it,
fucking
man.
insane?
They got the Meta Quest 3 out now, which is starting to catch up on the tech and that a little bit. So yeah, guys, drop it. By the way, Mag, I do have that golf game, Walkabout Mini Golf. I think it's crossplay with the Meta too, by the way.
Oh shit, no way. That's wild.
Because I don't have my Quest 2 anymore. I don't know if I told
figured,
you that, but
yeah.
I got rid of that.
Yeah,
so,
I figured.
I've got the PSVR VR 2 now, and that game is cross-play. So I think we can add each other and play on that.
That'd be awesome. Yeah.
Why did you get rid of the Meta Quest 2?
Why did I get rid of it?
Yeah.
I think I took the money to get something else at the time. I can't remember. New phenomenon. You know how that works. Plus, I don't know. I just felt a little bit lackluster, and I'm not really keen on the whole being tied into the fucking Facebook ecosystem bullshit either. So,
I see some people in the chat are saying, Froggy T. White and Sir X-Man are saying, yeah, it's $100 off right now. Mm-hmm. It is, but that's still $780 plus 15% tax up here. It's still $900. It's fucking ridiculously overpriced here. Okay, just to give you an idea, the Series S, 1 terabyte, is fucking $450 plus tax up here. Almost $600 with tax. Are you out of your fucking mind for the Series S? Okay, so even at a discount, I'm going to look it up right now. The PSVR 2. Although they have them like if you actually go to like Facebook Marketplace and stuff, you can buy them for like $400, $450. You know what I mean? People trying to move them out the door, even between $400 and $500. But the problem is you're buying them from someone you don't know what you're fucking getting. You don't know if they fucked it up. They don't. You know what I mean? You don't know what like. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know what you're getting there. They could have broke the damn thing and be like, here you go. And then, like, you take it home and one of the eyes is wonky or, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like reputable people. They're complete strangers. You don't know if they're trying to fuck you over or you're getting a good product.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Did you see that new game, that sequel game on VR? I'm just trying to look it up. Got a 10 out of 10 on IGN.
Yes. Doctor was telling me about it. It's the Valhalla one.
Immortals of Valhalla or something like that.
Yeah, it's an RPG. It's a VR RPG.
Yeah, like they're saying that's really good. And I mean, that's really all VR needs to break through is now that the tech is starting to finally get where we wanted it to be, and they can start coupling that now with games that aren't so gimmicky or aren't so much of this game is more like a tech demo and it actually feels like a real game. And the beauty with PSVR 2 is because it's tied into my fucking console, right? I never have to worry about fucking charging the goddamn batteries every 5 seconds.
Yeah.
One of the biggest piss offs at MetaQuest 2, you get 9 holes of fucking golf and you got to recharge the goddamn headset all the time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Right? Yeah, remember that when we were doing those, like some of the game nights and stuff like that? And
unless you buy that expensive fucking add-on, like what a jip that is, right?
Yeah.
Let's give you a shitty battery and make you pay another couple $100 for an add-on battery. Like, God damn.
For mine, I think I think it would have been cool for Xbox to drop. I heard they were doing like not a mid-gen refresh, but kind of modified Xbox Series X with a 2 terabyte and a smaller die cast, 1 nanometer less on their So I thought that would have been cool, but they didn't announce that at the Game Awards. I thought that'd have been cool for like Christmas, but since they didn't do anything like that, I think mine would have to somewhere along the lines of like, so I got this, and this is a kick-ass Vader helmet. He's always been my favorite character.
Is that the Hasbro one or whatever?
I don't know. It's 3 pieces, and it's like heavy and legit, and you can.
That's cool.
It's got everything. It's 3 pieces. It's legit. Like I think like a legit costume to go with this.
Right.
Look, he's like chilled out.
I found this one and fucking reading about it. Let me turn this shit off here, my fucking thing, so you can actually see this properly. This is dope too. Couldn't wait to get this.
Yeah, man. Like
it's actually got lights. Got lights too.
Yeah, man. Like the whole the costume with that would be so sick. You know what I mean? That would probably be mine.
Yeah, that would be dope.
I actually found this thing. It was on TikTok, actually, and I sent it to my wife. It was in North Carolina, this like mansion in North Carolina that you can actually stay at. Like there's like 3 hotels there or whatever. And they got all this stuff to do. So I sent it to her. I was like, that'd be something cool to do over on the weekends. And she liked that idea. But yeah, some type of, or heck, I even like gambling, a weekend gambling retreat. Somewhere along the lines of those.
Yeah, I think my ultimate device I'd like to have for Christmas, but I'm not likely to get it either because we're kind of broke as fuck at the moment and it's too expensive. And that would be, I would love to have a Steam Deck. I've been looking at those now for a while, and I think that'd be cool. I'd really like to have a good portable. I have zero interest in that fucking PlayStation Portal bullshit. Like, what the fuck is that?
Oh, that thing.
I'm sorry. People playing that thing up. It's like, come on, dude.
I've heard nothing but negative about that.
Can't even play a native game on it. It's all fucking streaming off your console. So basically, if you leave the house, the device is fucking useless, right?
And it doesn't even have like a web page. So like if you were at a whatever, like a hotel, you can't connect to the Wi-Fi because it doesn't have the page to connect to the Wi-Fi. Like, wow, man, who thought that through? They made all kinds of like very basic mistakes with that thing. Porta potty, very nice.
Right? Porta potty. Yeah, it looks cool. Don't get me wrong, but I honestly, unless that thing is dirt cheap, I have zero use to go get one. Like, it just makes no sense for me. What am I going to play it for 10 minutes while I'm lying in the bed at night? And it's like, come on, or taking it to the shitter. Yeah, it literally is a porta potty because most people, that's probably where they're going to play it. They're going to play their PlayStation where they're taking a big shit and they're sitting there,
Dreadpool, be lucky he didn't show you his other helmet, okay? Like, that's kind of level I'm expecting out of a crazy day like this. So you made me say it. If he does it, it's not my fault. Blaming it on you.
And the ROG Ally, that one can store games natively too, right? Because it has built-in SSD, right?
The Rogue Ally?
Yeah, the ROG Ally or whatever. I think so. Oh, this is great, man. What a fucking great show. Speaking of a great show, we did have a comment coming in, which we didn't get to earlier. It comes in from our good friend RWK88. He drops $1.99. Take away, Titan.
Loving this show. Fire!
Yes, sir. And then our good friend, the Doctor.
Hey.
Doctor, good to see you here. And obviously, he drops a fantastic super chat at $5 Canadian.
Greatest childhood mag memory. $300 US. PS1 placed behind him, and Mark Messier rookie card. If I can steal it from him, it's mine to keep.
Yeah,
so
we did that. we had this thing. It was like this is what, like, in the 90s, and I don't know. He was like saying like, oh, I can beat you, I can get past you, and this and that, whatever. I'm like, dude, you can't fucking do that. And fuck you, Splendiferous. Anyways, I'm sitting there and I'm like, all right, fine, smartass. So I put the PS1 behind me, which it was like, it was at the height of its popularity. And I had a Mark Messier rookie card, and I put it behind me too. I'm like, if you can get past me, you get both. We fucking battled for like an hour. It was like the Shawn Michaels versus Bret Hart, like WrestleMania, where it was like 65 minutes long. It was like that. It was like a 1 hour, like one-on-one match of him trying to get past. We were bloody, beaten, bruised. It was fucking epic. He actually almost got past me at one point, put his hand on the PS1, and I just grabbed him and pulled it back. But I was fucking dead serious. I'm like, if you can get past me, you get it, I'll let you fucking keep it. It was nuts. What a battle. I can't believe it's like 30 years later. We still talk about that fucking battle.
The card, do I take it, was in a protective case or something?
No, in those days we didn't give a fuck. It was
oh my god!
Are you kidding me, dude? I have like 20.
Like, you go to reach in, it tears the card.
Yeah,
or something ruined.
Dude, I have like there it goes. The Doctor. He's like bloodbath. It was a fucking bloodbath.
That's how his name became the Doctor. Did you send him to one?
It was like the Undertaker versus Mankind in the fucking Hell in a Cell. It was like, it was crazy. Anyways, in those
I
days,
told Mag one time before, he kind of looks like a dehydrated Stone Cold.
that is definitely true. In those days, man, I had like 20 Wayne Gretzky rookie cards, and they're all beaten up to shit because we would throw them against the walls and stuff like that. In those days, we didn't fucking know. I could have bought a house with those now. That's the crazy thing, and then you got them for like 25 cents in the store, right? You get the little packs with the bubble gum in it.
Meg, great skit for you next year, brother. Is go get yourself a Stone Cold vest, put the fucking pony thing on, and play the background music, and come up and be like, I'm Pony Colds.
I'm gonna start beating the shit out of people who call me a pony bot.
Pony Colds.
Yeah. God, I wish I could do that on it. God, I like. Oh man, they piss me off.
I'm gonna shave my head, put a big fake tattoo on my left breast, and I'm gonna call myself the Croc. If you smell what I've been farting.
I remember when I was 13 or so, man. Like there was this store in our local town. It was just a card store, and they had all these different kinds of packs just lined wall to wall, and you bought it. And it was like a night where, I don't know, there was like at least 30 of us packed in this little store, and it was like a little event thing. It was really cool. So we got our card packs, and me and my friends, I had like 4 friends there that night, and we all bought a bunch of cards, and we're all opening them and stuff, and that was great memories. Like I remember I got an Oscar Robertson card that was worth like $30, and that was like a big hit, You're 13, you got a $30 card, $60 card, or whatever. You hit the jackpot, You
remember that shit? And then, like, you go outside the store, I'd buy like 4 packs of cards. Literally, they were 25 cents a pack, right? And you buy like 4 packs or whatever for like $1. And then we go out to the parking lot and sit on the curb. And then like we would be there, myself, my neighbor, and my brother. And we would go, need it, got it, got it, need it, got it. And then we would separate the piles, and then we'd trade with each other and shit, not realizing that we could literally have bought a fucking house with those cards now. They're worth so much.
You're like, man, this one looks cool.
Meg, do you ever sit there and wonder how many times we probably put a card that's worth about $1,000 in the spokes of our bike?
Yeah. We used to play games at school where like it was like fucking gambling. Like like everybody was doing it. We used to play like you'd like line up like 10 feet back from the wall, and everybody would bring, like, no joke, like a foot deep of hockey cards or baseball cards or whatever, and you carried them around. That was your fucking currency. Right, that was your chips. Those were your dollars, and you'd walk around. And you'd like challenge somebody, like, "All right, motherfucker, let's go closies or something," right? And you would like flip the hockey cards like a ninja star, right? And we would do those, and like closest to the wall, I would throw it. Then the next guy would throw it. If I got closest to the wall, I took my card and his card, right? And we would gamble like that. So you could like walk away with like you had like a foot tall of like hockey cards and baseball cards. By the end of it, you had 2 feet if you're having a good day. Or you lost a shitload of cards, right? Or else you got smart and you only brought doubles to school. So like you only brought the doubles to school. So if you lost them, it didn't matter because you still had your other ones at home and shit. Man, dude, it was fucking nuts. But yeah, it's laughable thinking that like those cards now are worth, some of them are worth like $50,000 each.
The human rule of 2 and 3, right? You get 2 kids or 3 kids together. You get 3 kids together. 2 of them are going to team up on the third. And this is true as sin. I've lived it my life because boy, oh boy, oh boy, countless times, man. And tell this to your kids too. Yep. When they're going for a sleepover or something, tell them, get a partner. Because you don't want to be the guy, the third wheel. You don't want to be the guy without a partner because then you get double teamed. And boy, oh boy, those nights hurt. I can't tell you how much pain I went through 2v1 and wrestling against my friends, And
I was going to say, sounds like you were the third guy in many a time there.
That's hilarious. Yeah.
A handful of times. Yep, for sure. Hey, I always tried to make I always tried to get a buddy for the night because we'd have like huge sleepovers. I'm talking 7 to 10 kids over at my one friend's house, and shit would just get nutty. I don't know how his mom ever let us do that again because she was just going nuts all night. He had this giant, probably 4 foot wide Lego castle. Thing had to be worth at least a couple $100. That shit got smashed. Pieces flying everywhere at everybody, man. I almost died that night because he's got these real fucking swords on the wall that fucking came down and like, the real swords. You know what I'm talking about? You can get it like you can get them all over the place now, but like back in the day, you could only get them at like medieval times or something like that. Golly.
The Red and Yellow Knight. By the way, the Waxman 76 is in the chat. That is actually legitimately my brother.
Oh, nice. Go on, Waxman.
Yeah, Waxman is here. He is in the chat. He has made it to the YouTube world. He is live.
Titan
But
was in the
yes.
Smite long before Smite existed. He still had medieval swords.
How do you guys always turn something into a Smite joke, man? How's that even possible?
I don't know. Hey, man.
When the jokes are there, you got to fire them.
I don't know how to say your name. Is it Rock88 or is it RWK88? Either way, what's up?
He said hi to me. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like Rock, like Rock 88. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. Sounds like a station that you get in like in the middle of nowhere. It's like
88.
Yeah, it's like a town of like 600 people. And they're like, oh, welcome to Rock 88. And today we're gonna be playing some Chicago today, and then we're gonna be playing this song that reaches the beaches. Yeah. Rock 88, yeah.
You're starting to sound like Otto off of The Simpsons.
Oh, yeah.
Tonight here on Gaming After Dark, we're catching live from Rock 88. There, we got a giveaway tonight, everyone, ladies and gentlemen. If you're in the chat, you're a winner automatically just for watching the show. And guess what?
Safe House better come out tonight. They're saying in the chat. Good, because I guarantee you Tony Baloney's going to be here. So I'm pretty sure Safe House may be just around the corner as well. So
Dreadpool, stay out of my family business. Now he's like trying to talk to my brother and asking him about felching. Listen, it doesn't fucking happen. It's not gonna. We're not getting into that conversation. And of course, I just got a message like, how does everybody know that Waxman is the Mag's brother? I'm like, I literally just said it on the air. I don't think he heard. I don't think he heard that part.
You don't believe you. I don't believe half the shit comes out of your mouth anyway.
Fuck you. Half shit come out of my mouth. Yeah.
Well, at least he didn't call himself the Wax Off Man.
No, that's the doctor. Two pictures of
two pictures of Selma and Patty.
Yeah.
Oh shit. God damn.
Disney princesses.
Yeah.
And most likely My Little Pony. Maybe he's a brony. I'm gonna ask him, hey doctor, are you a brony?
Maybe he likes the Little Mermaid, the little fishtail and shit.
He's like,
see,
man,
that's the thing I don't
looks
get,
really
though.
good.
See, that's the thing. Like, I've always had a crush on Ariel, right? But when she was like a mermaid and shit. But then I thought about it, and I'm like, how do you fuck a mermaid?
I don't know. The same way you fuck probably some of those old fishy ex-girlfriends.
Yeah, but at least you know. That's it. Titan left. That's it. He's gone. He walked away. He's out. Yeah. Yeah. No, I always wanted to know. I always wanted to figure that out. What is he doing back there? Oh, no, he's rolling back up. Oh, I thought he was like doing something weird in the background. Yeah.
I just got to reload.
I don't know. Maybe you sell her bottom half by the pound, get some money for her, and just.
I don't know. I've always wanted that. I wanted to know that. I'm like, okay, like, how do you fuck a mermaid?
With a fish stick.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's my. Yeah, you're gonna. You guys carry on for a second. My wife's calling.
Carry on. I wonder if he does this during his other show.
Probably not.
Oh man.
Yeah.
She sent him a 911 emergency.
Oh yeah, she just found out that the bill just came for that fucking dick soap dispenser.
He probably ordered 10
what the hell is this on the credit card? Well, you'll know in a couple of weeks when we stick it onto the bathroom wall.
Yeah, he's in trouble. Yeah, Percolate, you got that one right, Perk.
Shout out to Colt Eastwood and all the amazing people, guys. This year, I mean, like all of our chat and all the other fantastic podcasts. So it's been a great year for podcasters and stuff, and I've certainly had a blast. It's definitely missed Gaming After Dark with a massive passion. We've said this many times that there are very few podcasts that are like this, and that continues to this day. There are very few people out there that have had quite as much fun as the three of us guys have certainly had. And it's good that at least every once in a while we can get these us three amigos back together to rock and roll and have some fun. You guys sound like you're enjoying the podcast, and we're glad to have you here. A lot of familiar faces, and that's fantastic to see. Everybody came out, so thank you so much for that. All good, Meg?
Yeah. I think she was just asking where she can get one of those soap dispensers.
You turn off your mic while you were gone too. I didn't believe him. I thought he was going to come back as Tony Baloney for sure.
No, I was being dead. No, she actually called, and so I asked her. So because she's at work right now, right? And so all of a sudden I see her name on the thing, and I'm like, what the fuck does she want? So I thought it was something serious. So I get up, she goes, hey, how's it going? And I'm like, I'm live on the air. She goes, oh fuck, I forgot. And then I'm like, okay, bye. I'll talk to you later. So it wasn't important.
So say she saw the credit card bill for the.
Someone's saying something about audio, and it sounds fine from my
You're
end.
good now.
It's good.
Okay, I'm good now. Yeah, you know what it was?
Yeah.
When I walked away, and I was talking about 10 feet away from the mic, the mic levels turn up on its own to pick up the audio, right? So it gets a little bit thrown off because I was in the same room. So yeah, and then once it realizes where I am now it's fine. So, anyways.
So, gents, I don't know. I mean, any other topics in particular, or do you want to maybe put out your most anticipated game for the next year, 2024? What are you looking forward to the most? There's a lot of great games coming. I already know exactly what my number one is. I'm
just gonna say it real quick. I'm gonna go with a mixture of Senua's Saga and Call of Duty Gulf War. I'm really looking forward to that. Splendiferous. Relax. What else do we really know that's coming? I mean, like, there's the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, but I'm like, I'm not into like the old style Final Fantasy with the goofy hair and the big stupid sword and stuff. I don't know. I'm not really into that. But I think I'd go with Senua's Saga and Gulf War. Because, I mean, we really don't know much else that's coming out, do we? Do we really know it's...
Siki, well, I think this should come out next year, right? Avowed?
Yeah, but they didn't give a release year for that.
Right.
Like, they haven't said 2024 yet. That's why I'm holding off on Avowed.
Right, and GTA is 2025, right?
2025, yeah. And Sony hasn't announced anything for the second half of the year. They will, by the way, just so, in case anybody's fucking, like, thinking that Sony's going to announce nothing. They will. It's just a matter of when. But yeah, those are my two that's the only two that I know of.
Yeah, that's a good one. Tomb Raider Trilogy Remaster would be fun.
Fuck, really?
They're doing that?
Yeah, it's coming out next year. I don't know the exact date, but it's early next year, I think. Tomb Raider Trilogy Remaster, the old games.
I'm wondering the same thing, Peeve is. Did they give Fable a 2024 release date?
No, they didn't. They didn't even give a year.
They didn't even give a year.
Nope.
And Harrison Ford will be making the 6th Indiana Jones or whatever by the time that game comes out, probably.
Well, see, now I'm starting to wonder. When you see these games like Indiana Jones, Blade, Fable, and couple that with the talk about this new Xbox console in 2026. If they start, like pushing towards that, that's going to be pretty shitty.
Yeah. Totally.
And then when you sit back and then that's what really pisses me off. And when you sit back and you look at this generation, you're like, well, what the fuck actually came out this generation then? No. If they're already working, because now keep in mind, we lost almost 2 years because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
Right. Because it came out right in the middle, right when the pandemic essentially was starting. So we kind of lost a few years in there, but like, it seems like they didn't really even scratch the surface at all of the Series X. And then now they're already talking about moving on to the next thing. And I'm like, fuck you guys, man. Less than two, basically two plus years away, and we're gonna get another console, and we haven't even released any of these fucking games you were talking about last gen or at the beginning of this gen.
To add on to that, what's wild is how many tools and things have been released for developers to speed up development. UE5 has like tons of already made set tops for them. It can create a world for them in seconds. Man, there at least I'm seeing a lot of UE5 games and go in that direction because like those are the games that are hitting my radar. All UE5 games. Anything other than that is making me nervous. Like Blade, I don't know what that's going to be run on, so it's making me nervous. If it's on UE5, I'm not nervous. I'm good to go. I'm all for it because that is the true next gen engine. Anything else? All right. I'll give you id Tech. Yep, that's great engine. I love to see anything out of that. But like, is there a Doom coming next year? I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah, no, like I said, I think I can't say for certain, but I know that like some of those games, are not going to come out. Like people talk about Gear 6. No one's going to see Gear 6 on a Series X. It's not happening. You know what I mean? And you look at Indiana Jones. I don't think that's happening either. I mean, especially if they're talking about like this next gen console right on the horizon. And it feels like they didn't even do anything with this gen yet. It's like they haven't even started it yet. I'm like, what are we doing? Moving on to another one. We haven't even done anything significant this round. And I mean, they had a couple of games here and there, but like they weren't like massive games that like, that were like, generation defining games. The only one I can think of that was generation defining for me personally on the Xbox side was, and I've said this before, I said it on XNC, I've said it on other shows too, is Psychonauts 2. I think Psychonauts 2 is the game of the generation for Xbox without question in my mind. Other than that, nothing really that big or memorable. And so I'm like, why are we moving on? And you guys haven't even done this yet. I think that they could utilize this incredible hardware that they've got with the Series X, and then and be able to like release these games like towards the end of the generation, a la what Sony did with the PS4. You see how they released all those big games right at the end of the generation? They were fucking great games. Your Last of Us 2s, your Ghost of Tsushima's, whatever, right? And they came out right at the end of the generation. They could do that before moving on to the next one. But I have a feeling they're going to skip out on this gen. And they're gonna. I don't know, man. I'm gonna feel. I'm not gonna lie to anybody. I feel cheated as a consumer if that happens, because I'm like, what the fuck did I spend $700 for if I barely got to use the fucking thing? I mean, outside a third party, And that's the way I feel about it. It pisses me right off. If in fact that happens, because I'm like, well, why did I even bother buying a Series X? I could wait for this another generation to get all those big bangers that they keep talking about. That bothers me.
Thing is. What I wonder is, all right, we got these games running 30 FPS still on the Series X.
Yeah.
What are those games running like on last gen? Like on a Scorpio or something. Like, wow, I don't even know. Yeah. Like, did they dumb it down enough so it's still possible at 30 frames per second? I mean, I would imagine, right?
I want to tell you, I am buying no more mid-gen refreshes of anything till every developer and every company comes out and tells us this is exactly how it's going to run. There's no ifs, ands, buts, nothing, because I don't want another promise that this one is finally going to hit 60 frames a second and find out that, oh yeah, it does 60 frames, but we got more modes. At this point, there should be no fucking even selection. It should be this game fucking runs perfection at 60 fucking 4K, end of fucking story, or don't make it. Don't make it, because you're just jipping people. And if people get into this fucking stupid loop, we're going to be in this loop forever, because why is the incentive for developers to put in the work when they're just, let's wait till the hardware is more powerful. We're just going to get this, and a good talented dev can fucking make it work. All right, it's been proven time and time again that the talented devs can make it work. Proven point, Sony's internal studios seem to push their hardware to the fucking max almost all the time. One way or the other, they seem to get more results. But it's like the third-party guys are always just like, you know what I mean? No, like, stop it. Stop. This is not the cell phone fucking industry. All right? So stop with your bullshit. You promised us at the start of this gen, we needed this many teraflops, we needed this kind of RAM, we needed this, and this to basically get your 60 fucking frames a second and this kind of performance. And guess what? We're still back at the same shit. You know what? Even the 1X was never tapped. We're just, I'm still playing
that
games
really pissed me off.
I'm still playing games on my 1X that look and play just as fucking good as they do on the Series X. I shit you not, and the biggest difference of the Series X is the faster load times. Outside of that, there's not a goddamn bit of difference.
That actually pissed me off too, because I fell for that fucking trap too. Where what did the Series X come out? The 1X come out? Was it 2017 or 20? Okay, and barely 2.5 years later comes the Series X, and I'm like, fuck off. What did I spend $700? Because it was $700, right?
Yeah, it's not even a dev cycle.
It was exactly. It was $599, right, plus tax. So it was $700 up here, and for Newfoundland. And it was $700 for fucking what? No first party, a couple third party games, and that was fucking it. And then out comes a Series X, and then another $750 for the Series X. And now we're 3 years in, and now they're talking about another one. And they didn't even fucking give me. Well, they gave us some games.
Yeah.
But I'm like, well, that wasn't worth $750 fucking dollars. And then they want me to spend another $750. You can kiss my fucking ass. It's not happening. It's not fucking happening. It's
what,
not happening.
and
It has to
Sony
be
is
something
making-
significant, or they can kiss my ass.
Sony's making the mid-gen refresh watch just to say that now they take back the power narrative because it's marginally better than the Series
Yeah,
X.
so
What
they're
is?
going to have an arms race. Yeah, so now they're going to have an arms race between PlayStation and Xbox, but it's not like they're like $50, $60, $70. We're talking $700-$800.
Yeah.
This is not an arms race that normal people can't fucking afford. Like, you know what I mean? So if you're going to do something, you've got to do something significant, and you do it every 6 years, 7 years, however long you want the generation to run. But you got to make them definitive. Make it definitive. Incremental upgrades for $750 is not fucking worth it.
So here's the thing.
Unless you're PC.
They're trying to hit that $500 price point, right? And like consoles that come out more expensive than $500 seem to flop or in one way, shape, or form. So, but like I'm agreeing with you. We need to I think what Xbox needs to do is maybe do another generation like this one, because they're not going to do I don't think they're doing the mid-gen. At least I don't know. Like I've heard about that one that's like slightly better, but it's more about performance than it's more about lowering the temperature of
the Xbox one, you mean?
No, I mean the Series X is going to have another iteration, but it's not like a full pro version or whatever you want to call it, right? Everything I've heard about it is about
efficiency.
Bettering, efficiency. Exactly. It's not better. It's got more storage, things like that. Some basic things, right?
But no disk drive.
That we need, because we need more than 1 terabyte now. You know, memory prices need to go down. That's number one.
Because my 2 terabytes for all 3 of your Call of Duty games.
Yeah, it's getting ridiculous at this point.
Noob, I wasn't kidding when it was 700 gigs for 3 games.
Right? Fucking
like fuck, and that's the whole storage. Because don't forget, even if you have a terabyte, quote air quotes, it's not a terabyte. It's close to about 750, 800 gigs because they got to save 200 for memory and and of course for the UI.
Yeah. So my thing is like, come out with one premium console and and then another one for 500. I wouldn't go as, because when you get in that lower price point, then we run in the same issue. Is it holding the generation back? All these other questions, and the devs aren't even using the tools for the Series S right now, you know? So you got all this, you got all these, you're leaving it up to the devs. Don't leave it up to them. Give them what they need, price it at whatever point. Boom, there you go. And then another, very strong console that will hold its own.
I'm all for the actual redesigns that are smaller, more efficient, obviously more cost effective, and obviously cheaper at the end of the day for the consumer. You know, if you can save money and you still get a great console, I mean, the PlayStation 2 era, when they finally came with that little slim, I was like, man, this thing is crazy. It wasn't a whole lot bigger than the damn controller, right? You know what I mean? I thought it was awesome. Even like the Series S is so good because it's so small. I can't believe they got all of that tech into that little box, and it just fits almost everywhere. Whereas I got the X that doesn't fit fucking anywhere. I got the PlayStation 5 doesn't fucking fit anywhere. Like, these things are fucking fat ass consoles. Like, Jesus. Like, so like, you got to tip everything down on its side. You got to lay it down gently because it can't stand up anywhere because all my cabinets need a big 3 feet of room,
Pixel Slab was talking about the cloud as the future. He's right. And so I think more games need to do like Sea of Thieves. The water and all that. Your console doesn't do that processing. That's done in the cloud, supposedly. So why can't we have more processing happening in the clouds for all these big games that maybe don't hit 60 or struggle to hit 60? Why don't we process in the cloud what we need to process, some back-end things, so that the console can do its work? Maybe that's a potential thing the next generation I could see happening. More processing in the cloud. So I'm with you on that, Pixel. As far as our next game goes, like, mine has got to be Star Wars Outlaws.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah. Oh, that's a huge title
on my radar. I'm a super Star Wars fan, and that game is looking like everything I want. It's looking like the Starfield that I was kind of hoping to get.
Yeah.
With the graphics and the seamless gameplay in and out of planets and whatnot. So they're gonna do what Bethesda didn't. They're pushing harder. I feel like I feel like Bethesda kind of took their pedal off the metal in some time during that development and made some bad decisions.
Yeah. Star Wars Outlaws looks fucking amazing. I totally forgot that was coming out this year. And that's a Ubisoft game. Ubisoft looks they've been releasing some quality. I mean, they always release like generally quality titles, but they released 2 in a row now. I mean, the last Assassin's Creed, and then of course Avatar. I got both of them. I just haven't played them yet, but I heard they're amazing. And then of course there's this Star Wars Outlaws looks great.
That's how I feel when you bring up Starfield.
Oh
yeah, that was pretty fucking boring. And my God, the frame rate in that. Ugh.
It was just the loading. The loading consistently takes me out. It's just too much. Anyone that says there's not enough loading, like, and I even do the whole, skip a bunch of loading. I because you can do that.
Like
and
I
the
said,
people
it's a
that don't
great
know
game
about
for
that?
2012.
Yeah.
Because it took that long to make the fucking thing. It's like they didn't update the operating system from the game, and it's like, okay, you could definitely see it's an outdated game.
Yeah, they didn't look towards the future and what the market would look like when this game was finally ready to release. And you got to do that. Like, at least No Man's Sky kept with the updates. Oh, and that's another one I don't know when that game's coming out, but the developers of No Man's Sky, No Fire,
Light No Fire, is it?
Light No Fire, yeah.
That looks cool, yeah.
I don't know when that's coming out, but that one's going to be another good one. I can't wait.
It looks cool, but it also sounds much like No Man's Sky did at the start. It sounds overly ambitious, and it kind of makes you wonder, like, is this like? Hopefully, they've learned a lot from that, and they're not sort of forced to put stuff out. But we've seen this before when titles become overly ambitious and they promote them too far ahead. They come out, and you're like, yeah, that doesn't seem quite like what they talked about.
Well, this is what I think that's just the way they do business over there in that development studio. They're going to release the game. It's going to be kind of hollow, kind of like No Man's Sky was, kind of like Sea of Thieves was when it came out, because he said in that interview I saw of that guy, he's saying he this was a game that he would want to update for the next 10 years. So imagine it's not gonna. I don't think it's gonna release in a very good state, but over the years, it's gonna get better and better and better. But I don't think it's gonna be great right off the bat. I can't wait to play that game. Star Wars Outlaws is gonna be fire. Yeah, absolutely, Cyber. I'm right there with you, buddy. Starfield is boring.
So, to everybody in the chat, what's been your favorite game of 2023? What's the best game you play? What's the most played game, guys? Everybody in the chat would love to see what game you've enjoyed the most of this past year. I mean, Nintendo had another phenomenal year, and I'm actually excited. I forgot too that I know it sounds weird, but I am generally excited to see where Nintendo takes their new console, which I mean is rumored to Switch 2, which could be it. I don't see them straying too far away from the formula because they're hitting the sweet note right now. And they know that, again, they know they're not going to compete on a hardware basis with PlayStation. And they don't have to, because they never relied on photorealistic graphics. Their games have a certain art style that have basically looked the same fucking way for the last, 15, 20 years for the most part, right? So they know they don't need hardware that pushes that envelope. They do need consistently good hardware that can run stuff at a higher frame rate and better resolutions. But you don't need a 4K gaming console to basically play a Nintendo game. It's only so good that Mario's going to look. You know what I mean? But I'm generally excited to see what they're going to put out, because I would like to get a more capable, I guess you could say, version of the Switch. And if they're smart, I'm hearing that they're not though. But if they're smart, they'll go with back and pat, and they'll still have the SD card slot for the game, so you can play your old Switch titles. I think that would be huge. If they stray away from that, I think it could cannibalize the sales. But then again, you know what? Nintendo never ceases to amaze me. They're that one developer that does everything ass backwards and still fucking nails it all the time. I can never figure it out, but they're the only guys who can get away with it. And it's because I guess they just got an audience. Their general audience for Nintendo doesn't care enough. The fucking they just buy their shit, and that's it. They're not into this ecosystem that we're into, right? So I don't know. That's what I think. But I'm excited to see what they're gonna. And I think we will see a Switch 2 next year.
Yep, it'll be announced sometime this year. Oh, and by the way, I know people have been asking about it, and I know that as a fact, there's already a playable build. There's already a playable build being internally tested at Microsoft right now for the Gears collection. The Unreal Engine 5 Gears collection is 100% real, and it's 100% being internally tested as we speak. So if you want some inside baseball, you just got some.
Nice.
Got to give a shout out to my wife real quick. She got her doctorate this year.
Hey,
Congratulations. Hey.
Yeah, and she went through hell to get that. So, huge congratulations to her. And she just got really excited because Disney Dreamlight Valley, it's one of her favorite games, just released a ridiculously large update. And it seems to be pretty bug-free so far for her. So she's really enjoying that.
That's great.
Awesome. Congratulations, Princess Zelda.
Congratulations.
And, yeah, it's awesome. And all the best to you.
You see Siki, new Titan, you guys going to try BG3?
No, I'm not a turn-based guy.
No, same here.
Oh, I guess Siki already knows that I wasn't going to play it, yeah. I can't do the turn-based thing, man. It's just not for me. And it's nothing against the game. It's just not for me. So
same.
I almost have to try it. I'm not huge into turn-based anymore. I used to be. I used to like it a lot. Kind of wore on me over the years, but the reviews are just so overwhelmingly good. I think the story would kind of like overwhelm the turn-based side of things that I don't really care for anymore. So yeah, I'm going to be trying it.
Yeah. And it looks okay, like the graphics and stuff. It just, I've been there. I just can't do it.
It's all about that wacky story, you know.
I watched the gameplay on the Facebook, or not Facebook. Jesus Christ! I watched the gameplay on YouTube, and I'm just like, yeah, you know what I mean.
You take a turn, I take a turn. You take a turn.
Yeah, I was just like, it just seems so anticlimactic. I'm just like, all right, whatever.
The thing is, there's good ways to do it and there's bad ways to do it, just like about anything. And if it's getting that good of reviews, they got to do a lot of things right.
Of course, yeah. But
you guys want to bang big bears?
Yeah, exactly. I'm surprised Nuke didn't want to get it just for that fact.
Fuck.
Yeah, well, I mean, all we have to do is up here in Canada, we just go to the woods. We could do it in real life. I mean, assuming you survive. But anyways, anyhow.
Have you ever ridden the moose in the way of four-way traffic?
Shit, look who it is. It's been a while. Oh, you stupid son of a bitch. It's been a long time. Tony Maloney is here. That's right. I had something to say. I'm in the arcade right now. That's right. I dropped some quarters just like I dropped my sperm in people's wives. Anyway, let me tell you something. I'm glad to see that Princess Zelda got her doctorate. It's wonderful. It says, Titan Drago's had his doctorate for many years in stupidity. Yes, he's got the plaque, and he's got it all over the walls over there. Yes, doctorate, stupid, Dr. Stupid. That's what we're going to call it from now on. Yeah, anyways. Let me tell you something. One other thing. By the way, everybody, this is the Christmas special. Everybody have a great holiday season this year. And like I said before, don't get me excited. The Yule log's going to come out. I'm going to be stocking some stuffings later tonight. And, anyways, let me tell you something else. Titan Drago. You're talking about Smite 2. Listen, I got one thing. If I'm going to have one Christmas wish this year, is that Smite 2 ends up like Factions 2. Garbage! Thrown out.
Well, it's already ahead of that one, though.
That's right. I'd love to see them both in the same trash compactor. Smite 2 and Factions 2 right next to each other. And you could throw Neil fucking Cuckman in there with it. Garbage. Yeah.
He's too busy making TV shows now, Tony.
Yeah, of course he is. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Yeah, I don't know about this whole thing. I mean, they try to do this games as a service bullshit. Let me tell you something. My wife, we were talking about that penis dispenser. She uses a live one every single night. And let me tell you something. She's been playing early access Foam Stars every single night, if you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, there's a game. You're ready. I got a games as a service right here. Right here. Games as a service right there. Anybody want to come check it out? Yeah, let's sing some Christmas carols, Lick my balls and then butt fuck me. Fa la 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 la. 'Tis the season for bukkake. Fa la 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 la. Hey, all right. Does anybody have any questions for Tony Maloney before I leave for this evening?
Well, I gotta ask you one, Tony.
Yes,
of course. Ask you one, man. Look, obviously, Tony, you stay in the gaming loop, man. I gotta ask you.
Yeah.
Well, we got a question coming in first, but I'll ask you this one first. What's your take on this celebrity status Kojima guy coming out and getting a big portion of the Game Awards every year. Like, isn't it a little bit overdone and redundant at this point?
You know what? With his stupid red shoes and his ridiculous thing. And let me tell you something. The guy's full of shit. And I'll tell you why. Because every time they ask him a fucking question, he nods his head. He knows what they're talking about. And he pretends he doesn't speak English. And all of a sudden he starts going, he starts with that. But dude, you fucking speak English. We know you do. All right? So cut the shit out. And whatever game you're doing, people screaming at the scene, people screaming at the screen and all that shit. Let me tell you something. It's the same thing as what we've already seen before. It's called Senua's Saga. I watched 2 years of trailers of Senua screaming at the scene. I don't need any more of that bullshit. So anyways, well, I look forward to playing the game in 2032 when it comes out for the Xbox Series XX, Triple X, whatever the fuck is going to be called by then. Anyways, any other questions for me?
We do. We got one coming in from one of your favorites.
Hey!
He drops one live in the chat. Mr. Titan, you want to read out that question for Tony? Your mic's off.
Tony gets on and the dog starts going crazy. All right, Tony B. Heard your brother did the roommate switch. Is that true?
What? What? Well, he may have done a little something in the past, but, you know, we're not going to get into that whole conversation. But I do have a funny story about that. So there was a time where the wax man was sitting around the campfire, and then, of course, this other guy, Dr. Dave, was there, and Dr. Dave had a girlfriend there, and he went off to go buy some more booze or something, and he came back and found the wax man fucking his girlfriend.
That was no way to call him the wax man. Jesus.
That's right. That's it. Wax man just slid right in there. What do you think about that, Dr. Dave? What do you think about that, Dr. Dickhead? Yeah. Any other questions? Thank you, Doctor. That was a wonderful question. And by the way, that was a true story. Anyways.
Let's see. Splendiferous. Do you know where vanilla comes from? That's a weird question. But
yeah, from my penis. Any other question?
Any more questions? Because, hey, guys, you don't get Tony Baloney here very often anymore. So it's a rare occurrence to have him here live in the flesh.
That's it, because the other podcast that I'm on, Tony Baloney cannot be there. He can't even be in the chat. He can't even be in the green room. He can't even be anywhere near those podcasts. So the only time you're going to find Tony Baloney is right here.
Tony Baloney.
For Tony Baloney. What's on
I'll take one more question. Yes.
What's on your Christmas list this year? Then Titan's got one for you.
On my Christmas wish this year, I wish that the gonorrhea would go away. Anything else? Yes, Titan, go ahead.
Yep. I'm looking at that Mortal Kombat stack right there behind you.
Yes.
If you could create a fatality or a friendship or a babe ballad, anything of the above, anything classic to Mortal Kombat, what would yours be?
Oh, I've already got a fatality. I've given it to millions of people. It's called HIV positive. Oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay, well, you know what? On such a happy note, I'm going to have a head out right now. But you know what? Tony Baloney would like to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year. Go fuck yourself. And we'll all see you guys at the Easter reunion. We'll have another show then. Well, I'll be laying more than eggs that weekend. All right, everybody have a great night. We'll talk soon.
That's funny because Titan said, as soon as Tony B came on, the dog started going nuts, and I guess that's what Tony B does to all the bitches. Larry
is a girl too.
It's a girl. How about that, eh? You have that effect on the bitches, Tony B. All right, that was awesome. Good to see Tony B back here, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. And before we get out of here, we will have one more guy at least stopping by here momentarily. And guys, he's in the building. I hear him right now.
Yeah, baby, what's going on, you fucking cock asses? Yeah, cock asses. Yeah, it's see what I'm saying? Good to see you, fucking Tony Baloney, man. It's good that you're still here, motherfucker. You still looking swell, man. You one of the classiest acts I've ever seen on a podcast. It's a goddamn kind of shame that they don't allow you on more podcasts than what you be on, because you're very entertaining, motherfucker. Matter of fact, all these three bitches on this fucking show is pretty goddamn fucking entertaining, if you ask me. They're the real cockasses up here. All the people in the chat, you guys are fucking awesome. I don't know why this podcast ain't loaded with 200 or 300 people in the chat, because I guess there ain't enough console war whores up in here for all you motherfuckers to be fucking. I guess that's what it is. Not enough console war whores and not enough boring motherfuckers that haven't did 20 fucking podcasts goddamn week up in here. But you guys get some real mojos speaking some real shit. and laying down some R-rated super stomp in here. That's what we're here for. All the chat's fucking awesome. We got all you guys soft and diggly dangly in the fucking nether regions of your nether realms over there. What's going on? You got any questions for this motherfucker right here?
Looks like we do have one coming in from the doctor.
Get your questions for Safe House. Yeah, we got one right now. Safe House, did you kidnap my Persian ex? I haven't heard from her in months.
Well, you know that's why they call it Prince of Persia, because I got my prince all over that lady, baby. She ain't coming back no more. She spent about 20 minutes in the safe house with Mr. Sam, and let me tell you, I was flicked it, I licked it, I picked it, and boy, she a happy camper. But I'm done with that now. Just like a good hamburger, man. It makes you shit and you gotta get rid of it. You know what I'm saying? Holy fuck. What the hell going on? Megan, half fucking naked down there.
I hope he's half naked.
How do you know I'm not fully naked?
Monetized. We're gonna see hairy chest and nipples up in there tonight. What's going on, you sexy bitch?
There's no hair on this body. But I figure we're doing some OnlyFans shit. Here we go. There you go, guys. Your OnlyFans for the fucking night.
I can't.
Well, that's how you go out tonight, boys. Maybe somebody for Christmas is gonna buy Mag a new shirt. What is that about that? All right. Yeah, you guys are awesome. We're that cousin redneck motherfucker. He's a cock ass. We leave him in the fucking cellar. I'm the real deal, bitches. I'm the real deal. We got any more questions up in here?
Safe House. How do you get it on with a mermaid?
That's a good question. It's one I want to know.
You know what you do? Same way that you skin around fish. You know what I'm saying? You got to take out a sharp knife and you got to peel a few scales. But once you find the crack, you lay some smart. That's what it is, baby. I've been with a lot of fishy ladies, so mermaid don't go scare me over here.
All right, and I got one for you too, Safe House. All right. It's smite based, so
Of course it is.
any goddess, hell, even a god, I don't even care, you know. This ain't we ain't PG in here anyway, so name any god or goddess that you would prefer to jump in the sack with.
Well, that's an easy one. I mean, the same as the one that Kratos did way back in the fucking day. Aphrodite, the mighty Aphrodite. She spreads her legs. She shows you the goods. She gets you in the mood. She can sweet mother you. You know what I'm saying? There gotta be that Aphrodite, the mighty Aphrodite. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. She makes me hard my tighty whitey. Yeah.
Did you get your balls from Tony Baloney's bald grease?
Jesus.
I'm pretty sure that's what happened to my throat. I'm fucking somewhere along the line. I must have got a little bit too close to Tony Baloney's fucking old underwear, and I got some ball sack grease up in there. That shit just ruined me. I just got the cock ass motherfucker. I'm telling you, they just fucking ruined me. That goddamn Tony Baloney. You don't want to get near him or his laundry. You know what I'm saying? That guy, he you know, Tony Baloney is the only guy I've met in my life. I think his underwear I literally crawled across the floor on them. Amen.
Lovely.
All righty, guys. Well,
Cyber Gunther said that house ain't safe.
Definitely not safe. No,
Not this one either.
All righty, let me turn off the old cam here, guys, and let me turn on the cam, but turn off the old background here, because it's about time to do that draw.
Yes, go for it.
For those of you guys who missed it at the start of the show, and thankfully most of you are still here because some lucky winner is going to get this tonight. That is a light-up headphone stand. That's right, it's a headlight. So for those of you who want to put your cool-ass headphones on a cool-ass lamp stand, that is pretty awesome for anybody's bedroom. And everybody that's in the chat right now who has been here tonight will have a chance to win. Make sure that you've added me on the X platform, because I need to find out if I send you a message and you don't reply to it, I will put this bad boy back in the fucking draw. So yeah. Splendiferous puts another super chat up, says $2 till the bald guy is still on the air. So there you go. All right, who's ready for the draw? Let me bring it in here right now. We're going to bring up the old wheel of winning, or whatever you want to call it here. Let me share the screen out with you guys. Yeah, I've got all the names. I'm going to read them out to make sure I didn't miss anybody here. So let's pull it up here. And they're on screen. And here we go. All right, guys, real quick. I'm going to read out the list of names off this list. Hopefully, I got everybody. So tonight we got Doggy Dog 420, Two Pad Stags, Serenity, General Spartan, Andrew Cullinane, You're Wicked Hot, Seeky, Percolator 9000, Moggs E, The Doctor, Dreadpool, Stinking Corpse, Princess Zelda, Invader Gaming, JF 1981, M. Gene, Pang 911, Peeve 1973, Abdel 114, The Game Complainers, Pixel Slappa, Rico Dennis, Draven Arrow, RWK 88, R. Rob, Sir X-Man, Back from the Dead, Galaxy News, Talos Ray, Axel 1324, Froggy T. Wright, Papa Woody, Sergeant Sentinel, Splendiferous, Newtorious, Cyber Gunter, Waxman 76, and Jason Max. Did I get them all, guys? Am I missing anybody?
So. No, I think that's it.
I think I got them all. That's pretty fucking awesome. All righty. So without any further ado, thank you for the bedroom. Put the mic near your rump, Mag. Jesus. What the fuck? What kind of hell chat we got going on here?
I don't know.
Guys. Oh, weird. All right. Is everybody ready? Here we go, guys. We're going to spin in 3, 2, 1. Good luck to all of the contestants. Who's it going to be? Who's going to be the lucky winner tonight?
Oh!
JF 1981.
That's it. JF stands for just fucking. That's right. Just fucking 1981. He wins tonight.
There you go, guys. You saw it with your own two eyes. Rigged. Congratulations, JF 1981. I hope that you've added me on. I don't even know who that is. It might be a new guy. Maybe he's a fan of Mag. I don't know because I've never seen him in the chat before. But he is the winner. We will give him like a day or so to claim the prize. And if he doesn't,
he is the winner.
Then I'll put it back in the pile. Same as that. Pretty simple.
Mike Mullet showed up, by the way. I just like to say hi to Mike Mullis. Yes, Mike, and yes, we were still live in the air, and yes, I'm wearing no clothes. So that's it. If he just said he just got home from Godzilla. Don't worry, the Thunder Lizard is in my pants. Anyways, carry on, dude.
Yes, guys, awesome stuff right there. Thanks again for everybody coming out to the show tonight. I'm just going to remove that from the screen.
Mag lost stripping after dark.
Good to see you, Mike Mullis. Yes, glad you could be here, my brother. Sorry you didn't quite make it in for that draw, but anyway, congratulations, Jeff, 1981. I'll be reaching out to you shortly. We'll try to find you on the X platform. All right, guys, so let's get out of here. It's been an amazing show, running just a little over 2 hours. Kind of figured we go there. You know, it's been a while since we three of us have been together. Again, we want to wish everybody all the best, including the panel to Titan. We hope you had a great 2023, and same with you, Mag. It's been a crazy year. And I'm looking forward to seeing you again soon. And like I said, maybe one of these days, all three of us will get together.
Yeah, man, that'd be great.
Awesome show. Awesome chat. You guys are fantastic. So let's let everybody get out of here. We'll start with Titan Drago. Let people know where they can catch up with you when you're not laying the smackdown in Spider Call of Duty.
I'm on Xbox all the time, man. Go ahead, add me at Titan Drago. 2 words. Yep, I'm there. I'm on Twitter. Cut back on Twitter a little bit since school really got back into session and whatnot, so that's why I had to back out of Gaming After Dark and all the shows with Noof Nukem. So yeah, it's kind of bittersweet and whatnot, but I love hanging out with these guys, man. Like, geez, Noof sent me the message, me, him, and Mag for a holiday show, and I was just like, because he didn't say the date or time on the next line. I was like, please, please, please be on a day that I could make it, and it sure as hell was. So it's perfect timing.
Awesome.
I'm on Christmas break right now, so yeah. My Common Sense Award, last one of the year, I guess, is gonna have to go to Eve 1973, man. Any guy that smiles like that in his picture, man, loving. He seemed like a good sport in the chat, man. And whenever you're a good sport, you always bring the common back to sense. And I will see you guys next time, man. Love hanging out with these guys. You guys, it's been a phenomenal show. I freaking love hanging out with you guys. And yes, I do hope we do catch up in real life. The summer is the best time to catch me, man, over summer break. I got nothing but time over summer break, but until then, it's kind of wacky for me, and I can't do much. But
let me just tell you this, Titan. And that's to anybody in this chat. A lot of us do a lot of talking games. Well, let's let's try to get together and play some games. It'd be really nice to get everybody together to find a game that we can all play. I mean, most of us spend 40, 50 hours probably in the run of a week playing a game. I'm pretty sure we can all spare at least 1 hour to hang out with each other and shoot the shit and play a co-op game or a multiplayer game. I am planning to bring back the community game nights, which are probably going to end up on a Sunday and an earlier time slot than before. So that's the plan, to bring that back soon. I'll have more details, but I've got a list of games, and that's the way we're going to do it. We're going to get a list of games. It's not going to be random games because it makes it too hard for people to have them installed on their hard drives, but we're planning to bring that back in the near future and getting a really good community involvement. I've heard a lot of people miss it, and but you can't make it work if you don't make it consistent. So that's coming back, by the way. But yeah, anyway, Titan, it's been awesome having you here, man. Glad you could make it out for tonight's show.
Dude, we got to do a war zone. Like, that would be the ultimate. It's going to be hard to pull off because we got to get 40 mugs. But imagine just 40 mugs from Twitter, podcasts, like getting everyone together, man, grouping up in some teams and some squads. That would be the ultimate, but it is not going to be easy. I'm talking, you're going to have to tweet it out. Like, Mags, everyone's going to have to share it out. It's not going to be like a couple people, and it's going to have a certain date, because that, I think, would be one of the coolest things ever. A private match war zone where it's like nothing but people from podcasts and people in the chat and people
That'd
like we
wild.
all hang out with all the time with. Because like how many dudes in the chat right here have I spent dozens upon hundreds of nights with, on over the years with you, like freaking Doggy Dog and like all these people, man. Like, I could think of at least 10 people just off the top of my head that would jump in immediately. I can cover at least 10, but we need like 30 more, because it takes 40 to get that private match going. But that'd be my number two.
Mac sums it up pretty well. 40 people isn't hard. Just getting to clear their hard drive.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah. You ain't lying.
Yeah, you ain't lying. God damn. Like, see, come on, guys. The people over Call of Duty, you got to do something about that. It's getting ridiculous at this point, man.
No joke. 3 games, 700 plus gigs.
And every time we do a fucking update, you got to install the latest, essentially, background version of the new Warzone, blah, 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 blah. You got to install it. And, of course, they let you pick. But that's bullshit, because we all know that they wouldn't let you get rid of the back in the day when I just wanted to keep the campaign, they wouldn't let you get rid of that. They make you get rid of the campaign, but you can't get rid of the multiplayer. It's kind of weird.
Siki said Halo Infinite would be better. We've done that before. The problem is we've had like larger lobbies than we could handle in Halo Infinite.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So like there's that issue. Like on the Call of Duty, we're not going to run into that on Call of Duty. So that's why I'm leaning more towards that.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, to you, Mr. Mag. First of all, thanks to Tony Baloney for coming back out. It's good to see him here. As always, he is hilarious and always got something fantastic to say. But thanks for having him come out to join us.
Yeah,
and,
man.
For you, Mr. Shirtless One, where can we find you next?
Well, you can always find me on Monday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on XNC Podcast with Colt Eastwood. And actually, at the end, during this week coming up, I will be making a big announcement about a new project I've been working on for the last 6 months, and it will be launching on Sunday, January 6th will be the first day of that. I will not tell you what, but you'll just have to stay tuned and you'll have to find out what's going on. Mike Mullis, let me tell you something, dude. You said that he said, I'm going to rewind the show. Please don't. I beg you, please don't. It literally started. The first topic of the show was a dildo that dispenses soap when you jerk it off in the shower. So I don't know if you want to go back and rewind this show, and certainly don't listen to it with family around. Anyways, happy holidays to you, my friend. Happy holidays to everybody else here. And let's all just have a great 2024. And that's where you can find me. Of course, you can find me on social media as well. On Twitter X, you can find me, Middle Age Game Guy. You can find me at the Mag. I'm on TikTok as well, releasing all my content there. And then that's it. Yeah. So like I said, I got a new YouTube show coming up. So that's 2 I got. And then of TikTok. And then, of course, Twitter X. And then, of course, Mike, please don't do it. Just please don't do it. And then, of course, on the Xbox Series X and the PS5, you can find me at all capitals, all one word, because I don't know how to be quiet. I am the Mag. That's where you can find me. So everybody, have a great night. New Titan, you guys are the best. Chat, you guys are amazing. We will talk to you guys all real soon. Have a great night.
And by the way, if we got any rich audience listeners in the house right now, if you want to do Mega Solid, you can send them a PSVR 2.
Yeah, please send me a PSVR 2. Jeez.
He won't complain. Maybe he'll send you a shirtless
Listen,
picture.
I
He's
could buy.
halfway there.
Listen, I could buy. Yeah, no kidding, right? No kidding. Listen, I could buy one. Just my wife will kill me. So
There you go.
I can only get away with so much, and I already get away with enough.
So all he's
that
saying
would be
is,
the tipping
if you
point.
buy one for him, his wife may not kill him.
No, she'll fucking kill me. Yeah, she'll.
No,
kill
I
me.
mean, just don't answer the phone.
Oh, you should see. Like, she'll come home and there's like a random like no joke. There's just like a random like arcade cabinet, and she'll walk by and she'll go, "What the fuck is that?" And I'm like, "It's Street Fighter," and then she'll just walk away, right? And so like the PSVR 2 would be the tipping point. So I don't want to push it right now.
Fair
so
enough.
yeah.
All good, guys. Again, awesome stuff. And again, it's only Gaming After Dark, where you can start a show talking about a dildo sub dispenser and ending it off with a half-naked man with an Xbox hat on. I love these guys, and I love the chat. This is fucking awesome. This was the best 2 hours I've had podcasting in quite a very long time. So happy holidays to everybody. Most importantly, it's not about what's under the tree. It's about who you get to spend it with, who's around the tree. Hopefully much health and happiness in 2024. Obviously, we won't obviously this podcast, I'm sure we'll come back for a special impromptu one of these days when the timing is right. Maybe we'll have our own E3 type of thing in commemorance of the now defunct and dead E3s. Who knows? But it was great. It was a great show. Awesome conversations, and it was great chat. You guys are amazing. And you know where to find me back here each and every Monday night with the Gaming Fuse podcast, hanging out with Mental 9R, Cool Cat Terry. And we will be back in the new year. We will be taking a break next week, obviously, because of the holidays. So we'll be back, I think it is on January the 2nd, if all goes well. So, thanks for everybody. And thanks for all the positive words tonight on the podcast. It was fantastic. Good to see people, and people are really enjoying it. You came out for a good show, and I don't think it disappointed anybody. So, again, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever floats your boat these days. We will see you again soon. Take care, everybody. Ding, 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 ding.